How's it going? What's good, people? Nice, quiet Thursday night. Hope everyone's well. Looking forward to having a nice, pleasant chat, hopefully, tonight. Let's see how long it takes for our special community to come in. Yeah, hopefully everyone's had a stellar week. We're obviously another night closer to what hopefully promises to be a really good card on Saturday afternoon. Getting more buzzing about that and a little bit nervous as time goes on. Yeah, should be a fun weekend. Still got another week off work. Most of the work is in the bag for planning and shit. Chat hopefully tonight. Yeah, I hope so, man. Hopefully the chat is popping. How you doing, random person? What's good, man? Like I said, it gives me a special feeling that well, we're getting regulars turning up. And not only that, but my regulars have been spreading out and doing some interesting work over the last 24 hours. Which maybe I'll get into later on if it comes up organically. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna look to hang around for a little bit tonight. I've got not much to do tomorrow. It'll be the first day I genuinely get off. So, and by get off, I mean don't have anything to do. I'm not talking about any dick laying adventures. So yeah, looking forward to the week ahead. I've got a birthday coming up as well, which I've got nothing planned for. So hopefully that goes under the radar and I can have a nice chilled day. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what the chat has to offer tonight. Got a lot to get into with the card. The further of Franks. How you doing, our kid? I'm good, Antec, man. How you doing, bro? Vin Smoke is here as well. How you doing, man? Vin Smoke, I've been waiting for you to turn up. You got there in the end. How you doing, bro? Double or nothing. Cyril Garn beats Aspinall. Double or nothing on what? I didn't know we had any bet on. Did I lose to you in something? I'm still waiting to collect my winnings from Giuliano, which I'm not bringing up at every opportunity I get. How you doing, Kerry, man? What's good, bro? Hope you've had a really solid week. Yeah, Vince Smoke, where you been, man? Where you been? It's really good to have you back. Frankie, Clown said you already ran from him 3 times and you were terrified. We can get into that, Buckwild. By the way, are you Clown Show? Can we just get that out of the way immediately? First of all, Buckwild, can you qualify what running away means? Because I need to put some context onto this situation. I need to put some context onto that. Now, Clown Show is claiming that he put a link into his channel ages ago and invited me to come on, which could be true. I don't know. But the problem with that is I'm not subscribed to Clown Show and I don't watch his content. And I have a regular life and a regular job that I attend. And I obviously was unaware that he'd done this. So it would be like the equivalent of if I wanted you to come to my house and then I didn't send you a text message or whatever, I just said it to myself in my bedroom and then you didn't turn up and then me saying you ducked out coming over. That's what the equivalent of it was. Or me putting a message into a bottle with an invite, throwing it into a random ocean, and then being upset when nobody turned up. That's what the equivalent of that was. Now, if you want to get the facts straight, when he called me out originally on his channel and started talking shit, I went into his comments and I said, all right, let's do this. Let's thrash this out. You can message me anytime. I'll come on at any moment. And the cunt ignored me. As far as I was concerned, that was the matter closed. Now, he's been doing everything in his power to go on like I've been ducking him. Why would I duck him? He's a mental midget. And I would actually enjoy going back and forth with him because we know exactly what's going to happen when I go on there. He's going to end up holding my pocket because he shrivels instantly as soon as he faces any kind of actual confrontation. He's much safer when he's talking shit about somebody who's not in front of him or talking back to him. How you doing, Johan? What's good? Remember, do you know what? Yeah, I've just realized I now understand what your name's about. I'm deep into Monster. It's getting better and better. Thanks for the recommendation. Of course, I remember you. That's enough of my ramble. If he wants to come in and talk, he can come in and talk at any point. Clown also said that Giuliano told him backstage that you're messing with ladyboys in Thailand. Well, I've never said that to Giuliano. If that's Giuliano's opinion, that's absolutely fine. But I know what the facts are, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. If that's what he's saying, that's what he's saying. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Again, it's like when people come in here and ask if I'm gay. Doesn't bother me. I know what the facts are. So I haven't been this nervous for a card since the Tommy. Actually, to be honest with you, yeah, that's the last time I was genuinely nervous. Because it's the only time I've really felt that Tom Aspinall might lose. Whereas for this one, I'm not nervous at the opponent. I'm more nervous at what the implications of it could be. How you doing, Builder Bob? What's good, bro? Yo, Frank, got to lurk for a bit. Wrapping up work in about 15 minutes. I appreciate that. Orange Cat backed him down. What do you mean backed him down? The ladyboy thing in Thailand thing is funny to me. If people were making accusations that I was going there and throwing down dick, that would be a different situation. But that's the thing. People are always going to give the ladyboy talk. Anyone who gives a ladyboy talk has never been to Thailand and doesn't know what it's really like there. How you doing, Juice Man? What's good, bro? Oh shit, there is a new. It's not really a new beef. It's not really any kind of beef. It's just an old little. Like I said, it's clown show, innit? I mean, he does this with everyone. This is his whole MO. He pretty much calls out anyone who, has a decent, I don't know, decent things going on in the chat, and he hopes to just get his name out there because he can't do it with talent or anything else. Good to have you back, Builder Bob. Reyes in the building, 100%. How you doing, Maverick Reyes? What's good, man? So I've got that off my chest, but I get the feeling it won't be the only time I talk about it. Because I feel like it's something that's not going to go away. It's a weird one, yeah. OC went on clown and made him look bad. Do you know what's really weird? The only reason why I've got him in my thumbnail, or a sad clown in my thumbnail, is I stumbled on Giuliano's chat last night. I was finishing up some work, and I literally was popping into Giuliano's chat just to say, "Oh yeah, hey, what's going on?" And when I tuned in, he had Clown Show on in the background, and Clown Show was going off about me for some reason. And I've barely talked about the cunt in months. So Clown Show, I'm assuming you're here, or one of your little minions is here. I will go face to face with you, or face to camera turned off anytime you want. You don't mean anything to me. You don't make me nervous. I've got no problems having a verbal back and forth with you because we know what's going to happen. You're going to end up holding my pocket. Pure and simple. I'm more than happy to come on anytime. But don't send out fake invitations that's like, has nothing to do with it, has nothing to do with anything, and then say, if I don't get the invitation, how am I going to know to turn up or not? It's just weird. Happy you got a big audience now, but kind of bored because I've missed like a dozen streams. Yeah, do you know what it is? I come on every 2 days at the very least, and then on the weekend, I'm pretty much on every day. So the schedule now is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I only miss 2 days a week. But I get that the time is kind of mad for you, so fair play. Giuliano loves fitting into clown. The thing is, yeah, those two kind of have a beef back and forth. Like they're buddies, they fall out. They're kind of made for each other in a lot of ways. But Giuliano's been having a little bit of a redemption arc lately. Like he's sorted things out with musical. He's doing well. I wouldn't say it's a big audience, but what it is, Vince Smoke, it's a good audience. We've got a really good, solid number of regulars turning up, and I'm really happy about that. I told you about the 5.5 hour gap, so that's that. Yeah, 100%. The fact that you're here now, I really appreciate it. Think about what kind of people are into that group, Juice. Exactly. Clown is definitely lurking through his minions' eyes. Bro, one thing that I realized when I heard him ranting on Giuliano's stream is he's obviously a fan. And as I said, I appreciate the watch hours. I'm waiting for what's his name, Haunter to turn up, who I'm convinced is Clown Show. and start talking that shit. I've made it clear multiple times. I sent messages in his chat, or like in the comments section to hit me back, and he didn't. So as far as I was concerned, that was him bitching out. And if he needs to run on a narrative that I'm scared of him, scared of what? Having a conversation with somebody who calls people faggots and then begs for money. I don't see the danger in that, to be perfectly honest. And from what I've heard, he's not allowed out of Arkansas, so somebody needs to dig into that shit. But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Giuliano was saying stuff behind the scenes as well. But I take it all in good humor. It doesn't bother me. Giuliano always brags about how he embarrassed JVD into leaving YouTube and bullied him. Well, that's just incorrect as well. JVD is not somebody who gets intimidated. He's just busy having a life. When JVD was streaming, he was younger. He didn't have a full-time job. He wasn't clapping bitches at the time. So it's funny how things get more busy. Builder Bob, I love you too, bro. Let me catch up with the Giuliano says JVD has never felt the touch of a woman. I can tell you that's incorrect. Not that I was there or anything. So are your streams always starting around this time these days? I'm not tuned in. It really depends. So because I've got a lot of work to do during the week, it's just physically not possible for me to get on earlier. And obviously with my son running around, it makes it impossible because he'll literally run in, jump, and I don't want to expose him to being live on camera either, because he will do it. So that's the only reason why I don't do it. But hopefully more holidays coming up, more free time, I'll get the opportunity to stream a little bit earlier. Is that true, Holland Dan Sock? That sounds like you pulled that out of your ass, mate. That's the thing, JVD. The thing is when people talk shit about me on the internet, I just laugh it off because it doesn't affect my life in any way, shape, or form. I don't know what's going on in chat, but I agree with every one of you. That's easier. Frankie is the reason my room has a chair in the corner, confirmed. That's a private matter. It's like 7 p.m. there, isn't it? It's just it's after 8 p.m. So mods are proper divvies. Time out for saying boo. The thing is, yeah, I've kind of got to let the mods do what they're doing, because to be fair, Builder Bob, we've been getting a lot of fucking trolls in here recently, just coming in to stir up some shit. So we kind of have like I don't mind people talking about whatever, it's you're pretty much free to do what you want to do. But Clown said Juice Man used to be a fan until he started putting Juice Man. Clown doesn't put anyone in their place. He has the same rhetoric. It's the same insult for everyone. It's you're a faggot. That's basically all he's got in his chamber. He was literally ranting off about me for an hour yesterday. And what was funny, people started coming into his chat on, I think he's on Kick now, which I've never used, by the way, and started not backing me up, but saying nice things about me, and he started kicking them out of chat, which to me is just the funniest crash out. Giuliano has a tendency to stick up for Email Melson when he's going back and forth with Juice Man. Yeah, with Email Melson, I mean, I've got a little bit of a checkered history with him in the past as well, which has nothing to do with me. By the way, if you guys could like the stream, I'd really appreciate it. He'd come in my stream sometimes and just troll a little bit, and then my mods would kick him out, which had nothing to do with me, and then he took it as like a personal affront, and then has not been too happy with me. But I don't really mind him. I've got really nothing against him. I don't really know the full thing behind his lore and shit. Can we talk about politics or geopolitics? We can talk about whatever you want. You're almost always off topic in your streams, and I love it. Always amazed how spontaneous it is here. I think that's why this community is what it is. I mean, I do come in here with a plan to talk about certain things sometimes, but really this is a chat-led community. This has nothing to do with me. How you doing, Exo Raider? What's good, man? Yeah, I think Antec might have made a little bit of a finger slip there, which happens. Also, when we're doing vertical streams, it's sometimes it's hard to kick out the wrong person, and no one ever gets permo banned in here. It's just, you know, a little slap on the wrist if you're misbehaving, and then you can come back in and learn how to behave yourself. The natives would just take over all this. They can have it. Couldn't have said it better myself. I didn't get a stream notification. Sometimes that happens. I think if you drop a couple of keywords that YouTube don't like, I said the J word quite a few times in the old last stream, it can have a negative impact on you. Frankie, would you risk getting Slauson slapped to pinch Juice Man's adorable chubby cheek? Which chubby cheek are you talking about? You need to be more specific. I'm good, XO, man. I managed to get most of my work done today. I'm pretty happy now. I'm one of those guys here who I can't really relax until all the work is done, even if I've got plenty of time to do it. So I'm feeling much better now. Who has the smallest penis here? No judgment. We'll never know. Odds on Frankie getting his bet paid lines are open. I think he'll pay up. But the only issue I've got though, JVD, is how do I get him to pay me? Because I'm going to be honest here. I don't want to be handing over personal information. I don't want to be handing over PayPal or bank details or anything like that. Because we know what I love Giuliano, but we know what you can do with that information sometimes. Frank, you can untime him outright. Who is it? I can untime him out. Who exactly is it? Is it Builder Bob? Just clarify for me. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm so bad at YouTube here. Let me just I don't really know what I'm doing. Let me see if I can sort this out. Settings. I think it's community moderation, user management. There we go. Shit, man, there are so many fucking band names in here. 1 second. Some of the names of people that are banned are fucking hilarious as well. Oh, unknown edits. I think that's a fake version. I'm gonna unban him just in case. David Panda. Why is David Panda? All right. There's literally like 150 bands in here. Hang on a second. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Frankie made him grow a mustache instead of the money. I'll be honest, I don't. Google Play gift cards. You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of an Amazon gift card. Would that work though? Can they see who redeems it? Is my question. Because I mean, an extra $500 would go down nicely, you know. But at the same time, it's not really worth giving up my personal information. Bob is unmuted. Yeah, he is. Have him pay you in Boyd subs. I did change Bob's timeout to 10 seconds. I thought that would override it. Yeah, it's fine. This chat you go to after you ban from. This is the chat you go to after you get banned from ITP. How retarded do you have to be to get banned from a Frank stream? Apparently not that retarded anymore. Amazon gift shop. Yeah, Gilly owes me $500. And it's a long-standing bet that he insisted on making. So I feel like out of principle, I've got to collect. Black guys never get banned ever. They're white. Their thing is white women or taking a purse. Whites won't shut up though. Interesting take. Mucker is a term of endearment. It's like saying friend or mate. I completely agree. Come on, bruh. Bob probably left the chat already. Builder Bob has been in here a few times. He seems like a decent bloke, to be fair. But yeah, that might be the way. I think I'm going to ask for Amazon gift vouchers. Because like I said, I just don't trust handing especially him. I'm going to be real. And this is a friend talking. And I do not want to give him my personal information. How you doing, B7? What's good, man? That's why I asked what you would characterize as. Personally, I'm going to be real with you, Vince Smoke, here. Nothing is characterized as misbehavior to me, but my mods kind of look out for me. Do you know what I mean? Because I kind of let anything go in here. Because I'm not very sensitive. I don't really care. But I think what they do is they're thinking to themselves, if something's disrupting the chat or there's spamming going on or something like that, time to go. Bro, what we saying about Saturday? Good card. I actually found it very, very hard to pick a parlay for it. Some of the straight winners are difficult, but I've made my parlay and I'm ready to go. My God, anyone else see the YouTube streamers who is a couple AMD girls who go ooh over and over and they have like 1 point holding down sock. Before I came on here, yeah, I noticed there was a live stream in my feed, yeah, and there's literally a live stream of just this fucked up room where all these cats are just walking around and 3,000 people are watching it live. Kind of keeps me humble, do you know what I mean? I mean, I've got 24 in here right now. I ain't doing cats straying around randomly numbers. I've got Walker, Rakic, Umar, and Tommy. I don't hate that. Rakic, I think, is decent, but I feel like I'm staying away from that just because we don't know how good Murzakanov is. We really don't know. Hey Tone, how you doing, man? I'm having a really great day. How are you, man? Really glad when you turn up. 3K for cats just roaming around and jumping on stuff. This planet is weird. We live in a really weird, just humans are weird. No, JVD's from the good old UK. The old YouTube friend, yeah. It's got to the point now where I've got more YouTube homies than I do in real life homies, and it's kind of pathetic, but it is what it is. It's not all just Indians in Canada. We're everywhere. YouTube keeps all the autistic people out of our way, so let them watch cats. I mean, that's a good point. I get the feeling a lot of it's just like botting. No, it's very hard to tell. How much do you earn from YouTube? Only if you're comfortable answering, because YouTube doesn't pay shit to anyone below 100K subs. I can be very honest with you, Vinsmoke. I've earned exactly 000 from YouTube because I'm not monetized. If anything, if you want to get technical, I'm actually down several grand because I've had to buy like editing software and, you know, shit like that. And a camera, all that shit. So technically I'm really down. That's how much I enjoy being part of this community. How you doing, Chaudhry? Good to have you back, bro. Frankie, what if you were drinking with Tone at a bar and he started sticking his tongue out while pouring hot sauce in his eye? I'm not sure how I would react to that, to be honest. I'm a pretty level-headed person. I don't think I'd do anything. Maybe the real monetization was the friends you made along the way. Gay! But fair enough. Fair enough. Bantek it's too late now. I can't ban him anymore. This is the problem. Once you've got a reg next to your name, it's game over, man. I have to stand on business with that shit, you know? What's the time now in your country? It's currently about 8:30 p.m. Currently about 8:30. My Wi-Fi is making me so mad right now. Yeah, the thing is, yeah, I used to use a VPN, and when I turn it on, my stream just goes all over the place. So I can't even do that anymore. Who cares how many jubilees there are? There's way too much of them everywhere. Have you had Dustin's hot sauce in your? Have you had Dustin's hot sauce in your mouth? I'm not really a hot sauce fan, but if I was, I definitely wouldn't try fucking Dustin Poirier's anything. I think he's such a melt and a simp. I'm not a big fan of Dustin Poirier. He's an all right fighter. What's your name? My name is actually Francis. So Frankie isn't too much of a bridge. I'm not too worried about like doxing myself on here because who cares? Here they come. Has the gay community turned up already? They've started turning down the list. Frankie, come down to America next year. I'll be honest with you, Cheddar, yeah. I don't give a fuck about international football. I couldn't care less. But it might be an excuse to get over there. It's on during the summer. Like I said, my daughter's over there. Maybe I can make an excuse. Like America's very much on the. But the question is, where do I go? Where to go is the issue. Because I'd have to go to New York because obviously my daughter's there. But France, is Francis even a French name? I might want to look into that. I'm not sure that that's true. The real Francis Ngannou. Save Chowji, you little bumberclot. You say nothing like Faciol, little Faciol. I think patois is so fucking cringe. So cringe. Are you still a bachelor? Nah, man, I'm not a bachelor. I don't know what I am, to be honest. I'm clapped out, is what I am. I don't give a fuck about pussy anymore. Franklin von China. That's one way of putting it. It's literally got France in the name. Yeah, but if it's spelt with an E, it does. But it's IS. And I've got like a whole history of like the firstborn sons of every generation in my family is Francis. Viva mi presidente Nicolas Maduro. How you doing, Andriani Marin? Nice to meet you, bro. Frankie, don't give Giuliano your info. Not worth getting dicks. That was a slip of the tongue. Not worth getting doxed for 500 when you're balling, especially you tosser. To be honest, the same thought process has crossed my mind. I cannot hand in my PayPal or my bank details. So I'm in a bit of a pickle. So I reckon I'm going to have to demand Amazon vouchers because I use Amazon all the time. I basically couldn't survive without Amazon. Frank Lee Won Wong on. Do you know what Francis is in Chinese? For Lancer, which I think sounds kind of fucking goated if I'm being real. Fight night for Lancer. I wanted to see if he was a London native. I spoke his local dialect. Things haven't got that bad. As soon as the Jamaicans start taking over in London, I'm getting the fuck out of here. The Indians I can take because just they're not that threatening. I've got about 15 to 20 minutes free if you want to do a spontaneous collaboro. I'm not sure yet if it's possible to do I'm not sure if it's possible to do what do you call it? If it's possible to do on a vertical. Dougie, you need to let me jump on for just part of like a watch along. Because we've done 2 collabs in our time, and I don't mean to say so myself here, but I think we did damn fucking well. I thought it was very entertaining. And then obviously you did a little cameo where you came in and just told everyone to shut the fuck up. And then you just talked for 20 minutes and then fucked off, which was beautiful. Would you crack Mackenzie Dern for a penny and a used condom? What do you mean by cracker? Do you mean give her the old pogo stick? I'd give her one. I'd give her one free of charge. But I wouldn't let her stay for breakfast. She is very mid indeed. Go back to your vertical streams because verticals are Jeff Molina. I kind of feel nice and smug in this little box, or snug in this little box here. Fight Night Corner. Yeah, that would be the ideal name. Hell yeah, dude. I like that. I'll see how to do it on obs. The thing is, yeah, I could probably set it up on Restream and then send you the details. Because I think we can co-stream at the same time. But the problem is when you're doing verticals, you can't bring people in, which is fucking annoying. Because I've thought about doing like random, just like random panels and shit. And then, whenever I send links, people can't get in. If Frankie does verticals, he doesn't have to collaborate with Gilly. He's worked out the game. Hey, Frankie, D-Harv, welcome back, bro. How you doing? Is ITP still doing his thing? Because I haven't seen him on for a while. It's all part of the plan. It is. You have Diddy phobia. How does that manifest itself? I sent this to Chrissy last week. I miss you, but my fingers still stink from last night, and still no response, Frankie. Well, I mean, if that didn't butter her up, I don't know what will. Chrissy's fucking base, to be fair. Chrissy's one of my favorite fucking chat members. She's been here from the beginning. No way, bro. These mods, the certain community hasn't turned up here, and we're 30 minutes in. So, how you doing, Flynn MMA? What's good, brother? Yo, why is it that people consider India to be in the same dumpster as countries like Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh? It's racism, isn't it? It's like how people think that all white people look the same. I mean, it's true, but it's racist. ITP did a couple of streams recently. His never pop up on mine. By the way, shout out to Dougie's Corner. If you are not subscribed, which I can't think of one reason why you wouldn't be. We do have a very big crossover audience. Subscribe to Dougie's Corner immediately. One of the best live streamers in the game. Does live streams every fucking day. Makes great videos and does watch alongs for every card. He's actually serious about this shit. So give the guy a sub. He's well worthy of it. India is the only nation that's held its name among these nations as a world. I mean, Vince spoke. Let's not get carried away. Can you define what you mean by world power? What does that mean exactly? How do you define India under the world power terms? Frankie's got all the Canadian homies in chat, but he still never will pull up to my igloo on Crip. I'll pull up to Canada. Canada's high on the list, bro. But you don't even talk very well about your own nation. So I've got to admit, it's getting a bit. Do you know what I mean? Shout out to you, Kerry, for sending the link in the chat. Subscribe to Dougie's Corner. He is the guy. ICP is visibly aged between his last streams. The way he handles the YouTube algorithm is sensational. He should be selling that. He should be selling that 100%. Because he knows how to play the game. But next time you see him, tell him I said shout out to ITP. But their river is so polluted. The turtles they put in it died from all the shit. Nasty work. Ooh. I want to know what. Well, they're the fourth biggest economy for no reason. I mean, that's probably a pound for pound thing because you do have a massive population. But pound for pound, I don't think that's true. I mean, per capita or whatever it is, I doubt that's true. So what are the top three? If China aren't above you, then I know that list is cap. And they possess atomic power. I guess that's fair. Maybe you should be spending your money on other things, though. I don't know. Better infrastructure, maybe. Because I know that China spends a lot of money developing a lot of Indian infrastructure. So, most anticipated up-and-coming fights. Well, in the here and now, it's got to be Tom Aspinall and Gon. I mean, there's nothing too much bigger than that at the moment. I think if they do Ilya and Paddy, that's going to be a big deal. They did a study on global public human defecation, and over 70% of it happens in India. Well, there you go. And that comes from the man himself. 1,000 chimps will eventually type out a masterpiece. No, they won't. No, they won't. The fourth biggest economy, yet 99% of the population sleeps in cow poop. It's harsh. Well, yeah, I don't have a shit debate with guys that solve basic maths in set exams. No, Vince, I don't mean to be insulting. It's just more that how do you rank that? And to be fair, you put forward some decent arguments. Look at all the OGs in chat. It's beautiful. Frankie, you can stay here for free if you pull up in Calgary. Yeah, he has some homies in D-Harv. I really appreciate that, man. Do you know what it is? I don't like putting anyone out. Both, probably Twitter's better, but you can message me on both, bro. 100%. We've got to get something going, even if it's a midweek collab, because I can do your time at the moment for sure. I can maybe jump on at fuck o'clock in the morning. So it's a good time to do it at the moment because I've got a genuine week off. 4th is 4th, fair enough. Frankie, I've got 3 girls and 1 lady boy that wants me at work. Which one should I choose? Obviously not the lady boy. Are you trying to catch me out? You've got to catch me slipping real bad. Fight of the year so far, I would say it was Duncan and what's his name? Duncan and not Radzaboev. Rebecca. Duncan and Rebecca was probably, or you could maybe make a case for Diego Lopez and Silva, Gene Silva. Those are the two fights I enjoyed. We'll sort it out offline. Perfect, bro. I love it. And all creators would just put up a damn Indian song for views that they know nothing about and no context at all. I mean, to be fair, yeah, Indian people are very, very active on YouTube. This is true. But I mean, I don't want views just for the sake of it. It's like I said, man, I'm kind of willing to put up with a lot of bullshit over the next couple of months to get the numbers up. And then once we've got a stable community, I can just go back to, you know, doing the regular streams and then having a base, a base of community that we can just refer to. Because there's nothing in it to be gained from me, really. Because I'm not in it for financial reasons. So yeah. But what I would say, Vince Smoke, is don't let I'm not I never laugh. You're just a racist, bro. Sorry for the argument out of random, Frankie, but I just can't tolerate random shit. No, fair enough. I mean, I wasn't laughing. I was asking a genuine question because you called India a superpower. And I was just wondering in what context you would put that in. Like 60% of India has no internet access. Imagine when they have internet. The thing is, yeah, like India does have a lot of like negative connotations across certainly Western countries. But I'll always maintain this. Yeah, you can't base your opinion on a whole group of people based on what some individuals do, and that's my honest opinion of it. All trolling aside, every day I wait. Come on, Kloss, man. Frank, you should do fight companions for British and European. I know, I really, really should. There. The thing is, here, I can't really do 7 hours. Is a lot for me, man. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for people like Idaho that can stay on stream for hours and hours and hours. I genuinely get jaded. And like I said, I don't get a lot of free time during the day. So my free time that I get in the evenings is literally to spend 3 hours talking to you lot. And then imagine using racist as an insult in 20. Oh, the thing is, yeah, I do have prejudices. I wouldn't even deny that. Aside from the northern side, almost all states have internet. I mean, India is a fucking massive place. It's like judging like people judge America, for example, on basic values, whereas America is like 50 countries within itself. All the states are very, very different in how they run, the kind of people that are there. It's the same in China, and I'm sure it's the same in India as well. Idaho has been grinding like a motherfucker. His channel is going to be huge because he's doing a lot of the regional MMA and a lot of the smaller promotions, and it's going to pay off for him because his streams are entertaining. He knows what he's talking about. Frankie already does enough for the community. I do nothing. The only thing I would say that I provide is just a simple place for people to turn up and just talk their shit, which is nice, man. But I never really mean to genuinely offend anyone unless they go off on me. So if you've been offended by anything I've said, then grow up a little bit, you know? And if you've known me for any amount of time, I'm probably known as one of the least controversial people that has a channel on YouTube, I would say. I would never be able to live in India with those tigers. I mean, they do get a lot of the body count of tigers is pretty high. USA and China have the same size, but the US has less population. China is on smoke, man. I'm telling you, China's doing a lot of sly stuff in the background. They understand soft power better than any nation. When are you going to join the Irish mob? I'm waiting for the invitation. Idaho streams are entertaining. They are, man. I love Idaho's personality. He's a good lad, and the thing is that he's really good value to have on for a panel as well. Idaho's a fucking G, man. By the way, just a reminder to people, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be really appreciated. Like, bro, the most violent city of India doesn't even compare to a random hood in America. Again, it's kind of like it's a difficult thing to quantify, though, isn't it? because it's all about like the murder rate per capita and all of that. There's a way to justify any statistic. How you doing, Tabby 3D? What's good, man? Have you come over from the cat community? Frankie, how did that stalker thing at work go? I've reported it. And it's in their hands. How you doing, OD Flex? Seam based, good lad. I just say what I think, to be honest. You should hear me get into fucking talk about women. It gets ugly, man. And that's when I really start to go off. Idaho means well, but he does like, to be fair to him, man, he does like 9, 10. He did a 20-hour stream in a row a couple of weeks ago. It's hard to keep it going after all, after that amount of time. I get tired after an hour. It's just we cannot judge until we experience it. Like we Indians can't judge American people. It's just life is different. I feel the same way. I mean, I have often spoke about my interactions with individual Indian people. Some has been really good. Some has been downright fucking annoying. You know how I've gone on about fucking queuing over and over again. But I don't judge an entire group of people based on individual. And I've never been to India. So again, I don't judge. I really don't judge. And India is a fucking massive place. Bruh, I don't want to take this stream to a toxic group. All I'll say, Vince Smoke, yeah, is don't take things personally. That's the worst thing you can do on here. What you've got to do is take it with a pinch of salt, laugh it off, and just keep it moving. Because as soon as people know you're sensitive about something, they're going to fucking grind on it. Stalker, what happened? Yeah, so I've got this student at, obviously, I'm a professor at a university. One of my students is like, she's writing me notes every day. She's following me around. She's skipping her lessons or skipping her lectures and following me around. And it's getting really creepy. And her breath stinks. So I decided to protect myself and bring it to the top brass. And they thought it was fucking hilarious, which was concerning. So yeah, I've reported it now. And we'll see what happens when we go back. But I obviously reported it the day before we broke up for holiday break. So there's a town in Florida that's been overrun by Indians. The streets are covered in trash and everyone smells so bad. I mean, come on, bro. Oh, I see why I'm laughing now. That's just a nervous. It's when I'm faced with something uncomfortable. I kind of go. When I laugh here, believe me, you'll know. Sorry if it seemed like so. Just replying with facts. I appreciate that, man. Why do you teach at uni? What do you mean why? I have a subject that I'm interested in, and Haunter, suck my dick, bro. You little clown ball sucker. Get your pen and paper out and deliver this message for me. If Clown Show wants some, he's just got to apologize. Take hold of Daddy's pocket and we can kiss and make up. And that's all I've got to say. You little ballbag sucker. Life is different when you can't judge anyone. We have many Indian Sikhs, Punjabs, etc. in Canada. They work hard and just try to 100% Dihav. Again, if you want to get the fucking trolling out there, you've got to take the trolling with a pinch of salt, is what I'm saying. How you doing, Shotty? What's good, man? I teach English literature, Flynn. Please subscribe and hit the like button. I'd really appreciate that. I'd really appreciate that. The numbers have been going really, really well lately. I very much appreciate it. Fight between Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi and this. It's cancelled. To be honest, yeah, I don't know anything about them, so I couldn't give less of a fuck. Frankie's still beefing with Clown Show. Nah, Shotty. Basically, I was telling some of the boys earlier, I popped into Giuliano's stream, which I never really do. And he was playing Clown Show in the background. And Clown Show was going off on a monologue about me, saying that I ducked him and I'm a pussy and blah, blah, blah. I have never been invited once to go on Clown Show's live stream. And the reason why is because he knows what will happen. So, Haunter, you can go back and report this to him, seeing as you are a little ball sucker. You can tell him anytime, any place. I know he doesn't want any, and I know he's going to end up sucking my ball bag when we do eventually face off. So let's just get it over with. I've never been invited onto his stream. I messaged into his comment section to get something going, and he ignored me and then said I ducked him. He is a massive pussy and a virgin, and he can suck my balls as well. I've got no interest in dealing with him. Don't mind Indians, but I could never live there. Too many people. To be honest, that's what I've heard about. It's certainly what I've heard about a lot of the big cities. I've heard like it's very overcrowded, and you've got to basically be aggressive when you're in India, because if you've got like a culturally first come first serve way about you, you will get fucking mogged in India, because they're about push your way to the front. Thoughts on MMA gurus? Fucking amazing, bro. Hi, clown. Nice to see you here, cunt. You've heard it from me personally. Stop saying I ducked you. No one ducks you. You're a mental midget and you're a scumbag. Go back to crying, you little bitch. We're talking about, yeah. So the only reason why I'm bringing him up is because like I said, he went on a 1-hour ramble about me yesterday, where he basically spent an hour calling me. So Giuliano was listening to him live stream on Kick, and he was talking about me for an hour for absolutely no reason. Yeah, it's just a cue in for me. That's the only beef I've got with Indians. I know he isn't clown. I'm just joking. But yeah, that's the only beef I've got with Indians. I told you I used to date an Indian girl, and she was very, very selfish in bed. Used to come in about 7 minutes and then would just quit on me. But she had massive knockers. Her name was Reshma. That was a good memory. But then she cut my hair off, so I had to cut her loose. What did I miss? Not much, really. It was just him calling me a drunken faggot and saying I'm an embarrassment to the Irish community. And he managed to stretch that out over about an hour, which I'll be honest with, is quite impressive. Clown shows the results of a WWF virgin who spent 10 years failing at YouTube. I mean, he was on YouTube for a long time, and he kind of capped to. Does he do YouTube full time, or does he have like a job? That was so funny. Gilly and Clow watch. It's so that those two are so weird. I love Giuliano, but the thing is, yeah, you can't fully take what Giuliano says with a pinch of salt, because Clown Show has come out with things that he shouldn't really be knowing about or talking about. Not the ladyboy thing, because like I said, if I was smashing ladyboys and wanted to keep it secret, I wouldn't be telling fucking Giuliano. Gio actually booked a flight to Arkansas last night. Klein was scared and making all these excuses. He was ducking Gio, but we all knew this was going to happen. The thing is, yeah, the reason why I don't take Clown Show seriously is because he makes fun of people's content when all he does is incite beef and call people faggots. So he rambles like Shotty said for 12 hours long, and then he crashes out and begs for money. And then he talks about people's physical appearances, but then he doesn't go on camera. I can't deal with somebody who's got no understanding of irony. If you can't understand basic irony like that, there's no point in arguing. Doesn't Clown and Gilly watch Babe Station on Kick? Is Babe Station still about? What's Babe Station? If Jerry pees in the bed, will the whole room still stink like poop? Jerry? Who the fuck's Jerry? There's rumors that Clown is a police officer. There's no way he's a police officer. There's no way. Haunter, what is your relationship with Clown Show? Because I can't figure you out, bro. I apologize for the ball sucker comments earlier, but you seem to do that quite a little bit when you come in here. Or maybe you're just inciting beef. Clown is the police officer in the village, people. I celebrate. I'm not even going to read that out. Who wins in an MMA fight, Frankie or Clown Show? Finn, we honestly don't know. Because I don't think anybody has any idea what this cunt actually looks like. But I'm going to assume he's 4'11" in both directions. 4'11" this way, 4'11" that way. Frankie versus Clown on Misfits. Yeah, we never know. Frankie's voice is so ASMR. I'm not sure whether to take that as a compliment or not. I'll take it as a compliment. I'm stinky today. We heard you, Willie. We heard you, Willie. We appreciate you letting us know. I'm not here defending Ashall. I'm trying to talk about stoppages and shit ref decisions. Yeah, the ref decisions seem to be problematic. But if we're being real, Reffing is a very, very hard job. It is. It's tough, man. It's really tough. Which is why I think they should try and make ref cams a little bit more of a thing, because you kind of see how tough their view is sometimes. Do you specialize in any martial arts? Not even a bit, bro. But I'm hard as nails. I'm a bit of a vicious little prick when I get going. Babe Station. What was Babe Station like? I've genuinely never seen it, but I can assume what it is. Clown Show got that Eric Cartman build, 100%. You know, that spherical build, but not sexy like Cheddarhead. You know, just like he's got that build, like, Make Love Not Warcraft. That's how I imagine Clown Show. Make Love, the South Park episode, Make Love Not Warcraft. That's how I imagine. I'm a bit taller than Napoleon, to be fair. Wasn't Napoleon like 5'2"? I would have mogged Napoleon. Hello, Robert Patterson. How you doing, Pravin? Welcome back. Keep coming with that energy. I think I'm finally going bald. Predictions on Aspinall versus Garn. I reckon third round, ground and pound finish for Tom Aspinall. I'm training some BJJ now. That's really good, man. I feel like I should get into that as well, but I just don't have the time. If Julia can book I don't think Giuliano's short of cash, but it's more just like, because he told me he's going to pay me on fight night, so I've just left it at that. But I was saying this earlier. I think I'm going to have to get him to pay me in Amazon vouchers, because I don't want to give him my personal information. Once he has my surname, it's over for me. I might have cunts turning up at my house. You know what I mean? Glad to hear it, Pravin, man. I'm glad to have you back. I know you're somebody who's turning up regular right now, and I appreciate you, because I know it's very early in the morning to you. So Napoleon was like 5'7", which was normal height for his time. Damn. I guess I wouldn't have mogged him. Power Slap 16 is stacked. Ribovix, you are the man. Ribovix, you are on the list for a mod ship, by the way, sir. I feel like we've got to ratify that soon. Do not give Gilly your details. He will use that shit against you. This is the problem. I don't think he means to, yeah. But once he knows something about people, he can't help but just spill information and even make stuff up. If he's telling people that I fuck ladyboys, that's crazy. That is crazy. But again, I wouldn't put it past him. And again, I don't really take it personally. If this is what he's got to do to get banter and make friends, then by all means, because it doesn't change my life at all. It's my bedtime, bro. 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. in India now. Shit. What about me? You're on the list as well, Maverick Rays. Ultimately, it's a committee situation. Napoleon was still taller than 90% of all Asians today. I think the reason why you got taken the piss out of is because he was so sensitive about it. You know what I mean? He doesn't mean to. Frankie, you okay, mate? All right, fair enough. I tried. Clown shows like Ed Gain minus the murder. Exactly. And that's a problem, because that's like, in a weird way, he was aura farming with all those murders. 7 a.m. in Australia, beautiful time. This is what I'm saying, yes. Like, Australians, I think, have the best situation in terms of fight cards start times. I'd love to just be able to wake up in the morning and fucking slap on a UFC card Sunday morning. They are getting fucked over for this Dubai card, though. Cunts deserve it. There is a picture of Clown on the YouTube channel, Enigma Demise. It's a funny as hell channel. Really? So, Tone K, can you give us an inside scoop into what this round cunt looks like? Is it exactly what I expect? I'm kind of interested to know, just out of curiosity. Of course he does. He loves leverage. Antec, I've got to be honest, you're 100% right. I've got love in my heart for Giuliano, I really do. But do I trust him? Fuck no. Because he'll give away information when for no reason. Like, people won't even ask him, and he'll just be giving it up. Because he's done it to me. Like, he's told me people's names, and I'm like, bro, I said good morning. And he's like, hey, bro, this guy's name's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, didn't ask, cunt. Did not ask. Hey, Skull Trooper, welcome back. Good to see you here. Always a welcome member of the chat. I appreciate you. Except when it's in Dubai. That shit from 1 a.m. to yeah, that's what I'm saying, odd flex. But you've only got to put up with that a couple times a year. We've got to do that in the UK every fucking week. But I'm gonna keep it real. With all the cards that have been going on in like with all the cards that have been going on in like Asia and Middle East and shit like that. I've actually and France and we've got a couple ones in Europe. Clown is shaped like a double XL meatloaf. Fucking hell. Bro, have you watched the Naruto anime? Yeah, I've got like a Naruto tattoo somewhere down here. I'm that much of a geek. So yeah, I've watched it all the way through. I haven't watched the new one because I grew up. But you know, once you hit that 35 shit, you gotta stop. You gotta stop watching cartoons. You know what I'm saying? But how you doing, Leandro? Good to have you over. Does Usyk beat Tom Aspinall just straight up hands? 100%. Usyk would fuck Tom Aspinall up something different. But in an actual fight, I don't know. I've heard the opinion on Callum Walsh as an Irishman. Flynn, he's a hero. Baby Shark is one of the only free, bangable, genuinely bangable MMA fighters, and he's tapping that up. Maximum respect. My favorite character, Itachi maybe, Jiraiya. I like that he's a pervert. How you doing, Spiros? What's good, bro? Yeah, Callum Walsh is a goat. But I think he's tapped her way too many times now. I think he's entering into, you know, could end up being a marriage situation, and I wouldn't go down that route. Clown is on the Epstein list, not as a guest, but as one of the kids that were taken out there. That would explain a lot. That would explain a lot. Every time the UFC is in China, I usually miss it because it's 3 a.m. So when it's on in China, we get it at about 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, which is just freaky. Thoughts on Simon Feck? I like Simon Feck. I don't really watch his live streams much. He does say ladies and gentlemen a lot. I would love to have him on to see what he's like. Like, you know, when he's just like himself. Because I feel like he's playing a character most of the time. What is the worst nation stereotype? Man, you're really trying to get me to fuck myself over on that one, aren't you? Give me a country and I'll try and tell you what their worst stereotype is. Just double tap the screen with my tip just for you. And that's my mod saying that. The man with guts is Itachi. I think he's the most interesting character just because of the enigma that he is. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Oh, Cheddarhead, I fucking love you, bro. Chris Gray emigrating to Canada from the UK is going from shit to shit. That's unnecessary, bro. Who the fuck is Clown? Absolutely nobody. He's basically some incel. With Russia, I would say it's probably Russians don't get it too bad. I'd say it's probably drunken. Uruguay is tiny pedos with mustaches. Ireland would be the drunk thing again as well. That's what I'd go with. Did you see that Paddy said that he was set for Gaethje at 3-2-1, but then it didn't happen and Ilya hasn't signed yet? I believe that that's possible. Ilya will take that Paddy fight all day long. Do China. Eating dog, which they don't do. It's actually Vietnamese who eat dog. True story. I'm going to tell you something now, yeah. These aren't really true. It's what I first think of. Russian men have it so good with women-wise. They do. Russian women are amazing. And I don't even like white girls. But I've heard there's just tens all over the place. And they will spend their last fucking ruble on making themselves look nice, which I personally appreciate. Shout out to Russian chicks. I think Paddy versus Ilya gets done. It's the fight that makes most sense. Yeah, OD Flex. I couldn't agree with you more. German people are fucking hilarious. They just are. Germans have the best sense of humor, and it's been 100 years. I think we've got to let them off. You know, not let them off, but 6 million murders. I think 100 years is enough time. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Chris, I've told you before. Imagine going to a country and being completely surrounded by your own race. It's an amazing feeling. Poland should be the first on your Euro list, mate. Polish people don't mind people coming in. They're just like behaving and fuck off, which is exactly the way you should behave about your own country. Come, have a little bit of fun, fuck off and don't stay. Imagine if Paddy beats Ilya. I was thinking about this the other day, Shotty. Imagine if he beats him after what Ilya's done. I can't imagine it, but All the big cities are cooked now. Like, what you got to find is an up and comer. What's the stereotype for the Netherlands? It'd be a combination of like red light district slags or weed. Have you been to France? Funnily enough, Skull Trooper, never. I've never been to France, which is odd, yeah, because you can literally get there in an hour and a half. I've never found any reason to go to France. Is post-divorce Ilya like a nightmare for the lightweight division? It depends on what the circumstances of the divorce were. Because I'm hearing, yeah, that his wife was sucking some other pole. Do you know what I'm saying? That might fuck up his aura completely. I hope Paddy beats Ilya. It will disrupt the timeline. Paper, if that happens here, it proves that we are in the inferior timeline. Bro, any advice for me? I'm a 24 years old engineer. Do you mean like career advice or like women advice, or you got to kind of be a little bit more specific? Why would the Irish want to go to France? Exactly. I'm Batman. Welcome back, bro. Shout out to you. We got 41 cunts in it. If you wouldn't mind liking the fucking stream, I'd really appreciate it. Germans are decent people. If you ever book a bed and breakfast, you won't be disappointed if it's German. Germans are funny. And the thing is here, they've still got a little bit of a timid attitude about the whole World War thing. But they are emerging. How you doing, Bint? I love that expression for slags. You bint. Well, Pravin, you're 24 years old. My advice would be to you is to play the field at the moment. Make sure you put a rubber on it. As much as it's not the greatest feeling, slap a rubber on it, get some experience, never get married. That's my advice. Or if you do get married, as I've said multiple times on this channel, make sure that the woman earns double what you're earning. If Ilya can't keep a woman, are we all cooked? Again, does anyone know what the circumstances were of that? I thought she was a baddie, but I saw her in like some recent videos and she's very average. Solid Romanian stereotype, gypsy scumbags that beg on the street. Fucking I really am a racist cunt. Take it easy, XO Raider. Good to see you, bro. It's funny how all my you didn't tell me that it had to be a negative stereotype. This is how you know there's something wrong with me. XO Raider, thank you so much for pitching up as always. You're an absolute legend. I'll catch you on the next one. I probably will be back. I'm staying on for now, but I'll be back on tomorrow night as well about the same time. So look out for that. Take it easy, XO Raider. Jesus Christ loves you. Thank you, Cabana. I'm glad you turn up every day to remind me of that. How you doing, Ryan Quinn? What's good, bro? What's your story and where are you from? Faulty Towers episode with the German guest is funny as fuck. I've got to rewatch Faulty Towers because I haven't seen it for about 20 years. Fucking great show, Faulty Towers. I miss, when you could just say whatever the fuck you wanted. It was amazing. Shows like Faulty Towers, you're not going to see ever again. If a woman earns double, then she would definitely have a dominating attitude. But at least when you get divorced, I'm talking about getting married here. If you get divorced, you're golden. Do you think you'd be a good prime minister? I'd be fucking amazing, bro. I don't know what I'd do, though. I've got no policies I can really think of. Frankie, we doing a watch along, or do you know what? Yeah, I might, I was thinking, I was actually thinking of messaging like Brutally, Musical, and Some of the Boys and just doing like a whole fucking. Oh, Blackadder's amazing as well. Amazing. Tell me what you guys think. Like, should we get all the boys together and try and do a watch along? You're from Glasgow. Shout out to you, bro. Are you Celtic or Rangers? Before I allow us to forge a friendship here, I need to know the answer to this question. At least they're allowed to say cunt over there. True. Notice how Sean Strickland developed his teep kicks and watching Faulty Towers, John Cleese. Those are goated. Frankie versus McGregor for Prime Minister of Ireland. I wouldn't win with this voice. Would you ever go to Africa? Well, I've been to Egypt and Morocco. Does that count? Because I said that on my last stream and somebody said that's not black Africa. And I thought that was fucking racist, mate. Do the watch along. Celtic. All right, Ryan, we're off and running. We're off and running. Give this man a fucking beer. Shout out to you, Ryan. I don't even hate Rangers, but like I'm assuming you do, but That would have been a bad start to our relationship. Have you watched Invincible? I've only watched the first season. Frankie, I literally said 30 minutes ago, you got to do a joint. Oh, fucking, you joking? Did you say that? I obviously fucking stuck that in the back of my brain somewhere and then stole it. So shout out to you, bro. I think that would be I don't think Dougie would necessarily be up for it. The only problem with watch-alongs, yeah, with panels is you end up like ignoring the chat, because when there's 4 people talking over each other at the same time, the chat tends to get quite bored because they're not getting noticed. Do you know what I mean? Which is why I love doing these just singular ones. Hi, higher observer, welcome back. I've got to stop doing this peek in my cap thing. What's your favorite American cartoon? I've got no idea. I've got nothing. I can't even think of one that comes to mind. South Park's an American cartoon, right? Does that count? South Park. I love Trey Parker and Matt Stone. If you haven't seen what's it called, the Book of Mormon in a theater, you've got to go and watch it. It's fucking incredible. Prime Minister and even Donald Trump don't have absolute power. Well, because you've got separation of power in America, don't you? Like the executive, and the judiciary are separate. So it makes it very, very hard. How you doing, Bodhi? Whereas in England, if you've got a majority, everything's connected and you can pretty much do what the fuck you want. I think they call that a separation of power is what they've got in America. So it's very, very hard to actually push through legislation there. Yeah, you guys must get on the nose beers and we all won't care about being ignored. If I could drink at any time, it would be on Saturday, because to be honest, yeah, birthday's coming up. My birthday is this week. So I need to get smashed at least one day this week and go live. If Clown was a South Park character, it's obviously Cartman. Let's not give him any credit. He's definitely not. We're giving him way too much credit. Mine is Incredibles. I don't know why they got a secularized Mrs. Incredible. Isn't it for kids? What do you mean by what do you mean? You mean Incredibles like the movie, yeah? What did you think of Invincible? I thought the first season was really good, but I didn't keep watching. It didn't grip my attention that hard. Bro, is it true that many of Muslim people have migrated to England? I mean, I don't know about, illegally, no, not really, man. We've got a very big Muslim community here in the UK. Talking about shows, Dragon Ball is the GOAT. I don't give a fuck what your age, it goes hard. Dragon Ball is a little bit corny, though. I've got to be real. Oh, sexualize. Yeah, people are weird, though, innit? Cowboy Bebop is amazing. I'm really angry that they fucked up. They fucked up that live action Netflix thing. That was such a good opportunity. Not just Muslims, but Hindus and Africans also immigrated to England illegally. I mean, that happens in every country. Because I don't live in a major city anymore, I don't really notice it, if I'm being real. Look up Agincourt, one of the biggest upsets in... I know about Agincourt. I mean, I don't know about it in detail, but I've heard of it. Are Matt and Trey lib Karens? They said they'd stop clowning politicians when Biden was in, but they're right back at it with Trump. I mean, I don't think they really... I think they were doing it more because of the numbers thing. I think the numbers were going down and the show was suffering a little bit, so that's why they stopped doing it. I don't think it's because they're Karens. I mean, they've pretty much attacked everyone. Attack on Titan is a really good show. It has some of the highest ratings in history. Again, yeah, I watched the first season of Attack on Titan, but it couldn't grip me by the balls. Do you know what I mean? By the way, we've got 27 likes in chat. If we could bump that up a little bit. We've got 40 people in here right now. That would be sweet. Did you watch Ippo? I wish they continued with an... What's Ippo? I'm in the middle of Monster at the moment, which I'm really enjoying. I'm about half of the way through, and it's really good, man. It's slow paced. It's psychological. I feel like they're going to fumble the ending somehow, but I've heard news that they're raping English women and that crime rates have increased. I don't really look at the stats, to be honest with you. Frankie, you're my favorite Irish unk. Flynn, I really appreciate that. And fuck you, bro, with the unk. I'm not that old. I think I am losing my hair though. I think it's officially started. Evangelion Genesis is one of my favorite animes, highly recommended. I haven't seen that one either. I know about it. Jujutsu Kaisen is where it's at. I've added that one to the list already. Have you watched Jack Dempsey versus Jess Willard? It's like the wildest fight ever. I have not. Where is this? Is that available on YouTube? Death Note is amazing. It's a psychological. I've got a Death Note tattoo on me as well. I've got Light. Can you see him right there holding the apple? I've got him right there. So I'm a big Death Note fan. I sharted myself 4 times already today. That's a lot, bro. How's it going, Crossover? What's good? By the way, if you guys are not subscribed to Crossover MMA, if you could show my man some love, he's legit 6'4", one of the most based motherfuckers I've ever met, and he's chill as fuck as well. Great channel over there. We've done panels in the past. Beautiful human being, and he would fuck you up. So shout out to Crossover MMA. Crossover MMA, we got to do something again soon, man. I'll add Evangelion Genesis to the list as well. I'm always looking for new stuff to add on, and I'm kind of back on like on an anime kick at the moment. Shotty, there are some great animes out there. Hajime no Ippo is a boxing anime. I've heard of it. I know of it. I am being ignored so much. Maverick Grays, I would hate. I don't mean to ignore you, bro. You know it's love. Do you buy the pay-per-views or do you illegally stream it? Also, when you first came on the scene, you were like a horror villain just drinking people. You remember the good times. Yeah. Do I buy the pay-per-views? No. So with my phone contract, I'm with EE. I get Discovery for free, and they stream everything. I do pay for UFC Fight Pass. So I pay $7.99 a month and that's it. And I get everything. I would not pay $30 or whatever for pay-per-views. Any US person who pays $85 for pay-per-view is a nutter, mate. I would never do that. Jujutsu Kaisen is actually peak. I'm gonna slap it on there. I've heard Dead Man's Shoes is really good as well. Vegeta going Super Saiyan is the greatest transformation in all of Dragon Ball. It is, but the thing is, yeah, I didn't really know about all that stuff. So when I saw Goku do it for the first time, my bollocks were genuinely tingling. But I was like 13 years old. So I own a Glock. I'm not scared of anybody. That's the attitude. Hey, Frank, it's me, Glenn, aka Pork Chop. Pork Chop, you didn't go into details about what happened with you losing your job, man. Callum James, what's good, man? I can't wait for Saturday as well. I am contemplating doing. We've got to pay $20 for this Saturday, Frank. Fuck off. Are you joking? Those bastards. So yes, I will be illegally streaming it. TNT doesn't work anymore. It's I think TNT got taken over by Discovery. So it's Discovery now. Paddy Considine is a beast. I pay 70. That blows my mind, Westy. Why don't you just get a fucking stick or something? Paying $80 is mad. UFC taught us all how to sell the seas. Aye, Captain. Who have you got with Chris Eubank and Conor Benn too? I think Conor Benn might win this one, you know. A draw wouldn't shock me either. I do think Chris Eubank is better, but he took a bit of a pounding in that last fight, and not in a fun way. Bro, in Australia, it's $80 over every fucking card. No fucking chance. I'm Batman is right. I'll be honest with you, yeah, I pay for Crunchyroll. And I'm embarrassed. But it's only $5 a month. I don't like to be a cunt just for the sake of it. And to be fair, it's a pretty good service. I left early to be with my kids. I'm a delivery driver, not a furniture store hangout spot, and I'm a bit of a bolder type of guy. I don't fit in with the manicure guys in the back. Sounds fair, man. Sounds fair. Are you actually looking for more work, or are you going to spend some time with the kids for a while? Same. Crunchyroll sucks, and Netflix don't have any animes. But I've got a VPN as well, so I paid for 2 years. Why did Eubank agree to the same weight? And I don't understand, man. I understand him agreeing to the same weight because he always fights at 160. So I don't know why he was complaining about that. But the fucking rehydration clause, I don't understand. I can recommend you a website. It's free and it's the same as Crunchyroll. Hook me up, bro. Khan, what it do, man? How you doing? Thanks for that, Pork. Most likely we'll see the trilogy either way though. I don't know if we will because the thing is, yeah, the way that they scrap it out, those kind of fights put years on your life. Why Big Tommy is fighting so how much does he weigh? If he's fighting that heavy, it says to me, yeah, that he's gonna go very grappling heavy. And he's gonna try and end the fight early, which is worrying. But that cunt eats a lot, you know. Have you ever done drugs? Nah. I mean, I've only ever done weed, which I don't count. And I have been MDMA bombed a couple of times, but it wasn't by my I wasn't it wasn't by my consent. I'd like to find more income, but it's hard because my wife is a nurse. So her hours are a lot, and it's hard for employment to work around hours like that. Nurses get bent over a barrel, mate, and I don't mean literally. I mean, you probably do. 9 anime and Annie Watch are the same as Crunchyroll, and all the animes there are free. Count me in. Have you watched any hentai, and do you have any recommend? Is hentai like cartoon porn? Is that what that is? I don't jerk off the cartoons, bud. I don't find that shit titillating. But mind you, I've never tried it, so I don't really know. And you can go to Movies to Watch. It's a website where you can find all the types of shows and sitcoms. I appreciate that, man. I've got to stop paying for stuff because these streaming sites they get you, man. You think like it's not a lot, but then you're like once you get to the end of the month, you realize yeah they pile up. Connor could still win a world title at 147. Connor's done, mate. Thoughts on Holloway versus Oliveira for the BMF? I think it's the fight they have to make. Holloway seems to be throwing cold water on it though, which is really weird. It's the fight to make. Frankie, would you ever get really high out of your kind of cocktail of drugs and kiss Giuliano? Nah. No gay shit, bro. I know that must be really disappointing for you, but I've never done any drugs. If you count weed as drugs, then yes. Don't knock what you haven't tried. Agreed. We can't let the Bens get one win in the family boxing history, 100%. And Conor Ben is a wet wipe. Hentai is basically anime porn. Yeah, I can't fuck with that. So sorry, man. I can't give you a recommendation. Oh, Israel Adesanya is known for that. And he's got that weird dog fetish thing as well. He's a weird guy. I'm not reading that out, Buckwild. I think Oliveira is going to go for a run. Nah, Oliveira's career is going to end badly. It's going to end very, very badly. Pudanowski versus Paul. No way Paul does that. No way he does that. But yeah, I think Holloway and Oliveira for the BMF is the fight to make. Two Smelly Fingers is back. How you doing? Frankie, would you ever grow a full Spartan beard like Leonidas in the movie 300? I would if I could, but I can't. That would take me 300 years. Tekka's, I have to, man. Yeah, fair enough. When I joined your stream first, there was a guy who came in the chat and said, "I am gay." Yeah, that was hilarious. We usually get that around the hour mark, but I think the gay community have given up on this channel. I guess we scared them off. We did it, boys. We did it. I'm honestly proud to be a gooner, so it doesn't matter to me. Fair enough, I'm Batman. I mean, I didn't even know what gooning was until a couple of weeks ago when someone spot it out to me. I mean, yeah, I mean, they could do it, I guess, but he's huge, though. He is huge. I don't think Paul would do that. Why is Tom Aspinall so fast? Isn't it a bit suspicious? Nah, man, he just trains his ass off. He said he wants to retire in 2 or 3 fights. Who? Jake Paul? Gooning is just good digital cuckery, 100%. Who said he wants to Who said he wants to retire in 2 or 3 fights? I'm a gooner, an Arsenal fan, 100%. Gays are not allowed in this stream. Nah, man, we've got a couple gay. We've got a gay mod who's a fucking legend. I've got nothing against homosexual people. I've said it a bunch of times, but it's just people come in here and they just misbehave. I still don't know what gooning is. Please don't tell me. I was about to tell you, but I mean, you're gonna find out sooner or later. Puds versus Brock would have been sick. Brock Lesnar. When I see Brock Lesnar throwing punches, yeah, he looks like, you know, like when you punch in a dream, it looks like it doesn't hurt, but I bet it fucking does. There can only be one winner. UFC intentionally makes Big Tommy's fight on 2 times speed with their production team. I mean, that could be a thing. That really could be a thing. Puds versus Brock would be awesome. Definitely a first round finish. It depends when they fought, though. I think Brock achieved amazing things, but he came in at the right time. Demonstrate what gooning is for that guy who doesn't know. I wish I'd never found out about that. Brock punches like a transformer. He does. Brock would have beaten Kimbo because of the wrestling. Kimbo just had a really big weakness in that area. Pork would be pretty embarrassing for the sport, to be honest. It would be. What UFC fighter do you think you could beat? None of them. Absolutely none of them. I'm not gonna come in here and gaslight. Every UFC fighter would fuck me up. Gooning is basically jerking off to something. It's not really though. It's obviously it's jerking off, but there's a bit more. It's a bit more complicated than that, from what I understand. From what I understand, yeah, it's basically like a it's like a tantric wank. From what I understand, you basically go into like a fucking trance while you're spanking one out. You're talking about Brock Lesnar. We kind of are. I think Puds versus Brock would genuinely be a 50-50 fight. I kind of agree, you know. I kind of agree. I enjoy freak show fights. Technical stuff is great, but it has its place. I was a wrestling coach for 20 years. Pork chop, I couldn't agree with you more. I've been asking for massively fat fucking women and massively huge fucking men to just scrap, but they don't do it. They should have bodybuilders in the UFC. Just have a bodybuilder division, or have like a over heavyweight division. As an Irishman, is McGregor still loved in Ireland? He's not loved in Ireland at all. Everyone thinks he's a fucking melt. Are you James, my fucking G? Welcome back, bro. Hey man, what's up? Just trying to work. All of a sudden I got a fever, so I'm watching you now. I've got dizzy. Love you, man. So I'm watching you sick. Made it to a parking lot. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling too well, man. I hope you feel better soon. Try and take it easy. Are you going to be heading home then? Try and get home and get some rest if you can, mate. Brock is 6'4" and a heavyweight. He's a freaking beast. He is. He's an absolute savage. Just took a nap now. Got to do a full night shift now. Fuck my life. 100% Ricky, man. Hope you're well. Have you managed to up the push-up count as well, you legend? Ricky's another one who's on the mod watch as well. Who's your 5 MMA taken into a bar then? I'd have to go with John Jones. I go with all heavyweight guys. I go with John Jones. I go with Tom Aspinall. I'd probably go with a couple of light heavyweights. I'd go with Yeri. Frankie equals Mr. Forehead. I've had this forehead since I was born, so I'm perfectly and it hasn't stopped me getting poons. So they should 100% do a strongman division. 100%. It would be so entertaining. Or they should do like freak fights, like they do in where it's like Eddie Hall versus 5 bitches. Eddie Hall versus the whole women's bantamweight division. That'd be sick. Can you be a mod yet? I think you need to turn up here a little bit more. But I do love you, bro. Shout out to you. We had a freak show pre-USADA. Brock versus Overeem was fucking nuts. That was a freak show for a different reason. I mean, 2 guys juiced to the fucking gillies. Sap was a big guy that was afraid to get hit. Yes, Sap was weird. Apparently, Sap was like mad powerful. I've heard people talking about him, but my money would be on Brian. But him versus, I'll be honest. The thing is here, Pork Chop. Eddie Hall almost got it done against 4. I think if they fought in MMA, I think 4 would bat. I think Eddie Hall would batter 4 in an MMA fight. Your eyelids are like cucumbers used by a 60-year-old woman. It's because I don't sleep enough, to be honest. Did you ever watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup? I never have. I've heard it's fucking disgusting though. Please subscribe and hit the like button. This is why I like you, Tone K. I have had a couple threesomes in my life though, and they are very overrated. It's a lot of work. Not joking, lad. Your eyelids are weird. They, yeah, they're quite dark, but also it's dark in here as well. I am old, you know. I don't think you understand. I'm not a young buck out here. You say you're streaming the tomorrow's the Tom fight on Saturday, bro. I'm actually thinking of shouting at some of the boys like musical and that to maybe do a watch along together, because I can't do one by myself because I cannot be fucked. I wouldn't mind having one if I can dip in and out. Eddie Hall versus a gorilla. A gorilla fucks him up, obviously. I think it would take Eddie. I think it would take at least 10 Eddie Halls, at least, and some of the Eddie Halls would die. Live reaction to two girls, one cup on a stream would go crazy. I don't know, man. Dutch Giant versus Shaq. Dutch Giant. Gorilla rips his arms off 100%. Shaq versus Shaw. Brian Shaw. How many Brock Lesnar's to take down a wildebeest? 10. You look 18. I'm fucking 40. How you doing, Asharad? Good to see you here, bro. Welcome to the channel. You speak fucking facts. Threesome is too much work. It's exhausting. And the thing is, yeah, I don't like the cucking side of it as well. Like, even watching two women just go at it, it's not that entertaining. I'll keep it real. Can Eddie Hall smoke UFC bantamweights? 2 at a time, mate. 100%. We're going to have to lose a couple of Eddie Halls, exactly. I think if 10 went in there, we'd lose like 2 or 3. But they'd eventually, because apparently gorillas get tired fucking quickly. They'd never seen eyelids where Vin Smoke is from because too much poo everywhere. Oh dear. Yeah, Vin Smoke, why are you going on about my eyelids, bro? That's cold work. I'm not very sensitive about it, so it's absolutely fine. I don't know who the fuck. I know you don't fuck with WWE, but do you know who Chris Benoit was? Bro, I loved Chris Benoit. I used to be a big WWE fan when I was up until when I was 17. I sold him a camera 2 months before he slaughtered his family and killed himself. Such a fucked thing. Oh, you sold him a camera? That's a weird fucking... 40, you look early 20s, late 30s. Nah, man, I'm an old cunt. Frankie, take shots of angiochrome daily for that youthful appearance. There's a rumor going around. It's all the jizz that I'm taking to the face, but it's not true. It's just a bad rumor. Jake Paul versus Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall would fuck Jake Paul up. If Eddie Hall connected with Jake Paul's face, he could genuinely kill him. So I hope it happens. Tell us one thing you've never told anyone before. No. I'm pretty much an open book, to be honest. No humans have ever officially died due to gorillas. That 100% cannot be true. Yeah, I lived in Fayetteville, Georgia, where he lived. Shit, man, seriously. That Chris Benoit thing was just tragic, man. The whole thing was tragic. I'm going to keep my opinions about that to myself because I think the way that they scrubbed him from the whole sport is embarrassing. But the guy did kill a kid, so... Yeah, man, I hope it happens. I wouldn't mind seeing Jake Paul get fucking... Is it gay to look feminine as a man? It depends what you do with it. Do your students see your streams and what do they tell you about it? They're aware that I'm on YouTube, but they don't know what my channel name is. And I hope they never find out. I think it's only a matter of time. Because all of them are apparently, especially my students from last year, they literally peruse MMA sites trying to find me. And this is how you know I'm a small fry, because they've been looking for me for a year and they still can't find me. Like a dude with feminine features, but define feminine features. Frank has a master's in lit, but can't read YouTube comments coherently. Bro, these things go at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and reading is hard. It's got tiny little screens. I think I need glasses if I'm being real. I swear it's true. Look it up. Gorillas have never killed... Well, officially, probably. But I imagine in the back arse of nowhere, they've probably dragged a human somewhere and fucking hammer-fisted a little cunt. Sorry, Batman. I'm not seeing Batman's chats. Oh, Batman, is this like I'm saying it for a friend? I get called gay because I look like more than a woman than a man. Who cares, bro? Just because you look gay, yeah, doesn't mean you've got to start sucking dick. Do you know what I'm saying? And some women like the androgynous look. So just make it work for you. Is what I'm saying. Some women like an overly groomed gentleman. Do you reckon that chick who was obsessed with you was a lurker in here, pretending to be Indian so they can get away with creepy, dumb comments? I genuinely don't think that, because the thing is, my university community is genuinely small, and if one of them get it, they're all gonna get it, and it would be like it would be the end of my university tenure for sure. The Expanse is a good book. The Expanse is amazing. I've read the first 4 books, but I'm genuinely gonna have to go back and start reading it from the beginning again. And the TV show Higher Observer is amazing as well. Really well cast, really well paced, amazing. I mean, Adolfo, am I wrong? Like, our boy saying it's like, well, I look gay, so maybe I should be gay. I don't know why I said it in that accent either. Sorry about that. Should have done it in an Indian accent, but you know what I'm saying? I'm Batman. Don't feel pressured to start taking cocks in the ass, mate. That's all I'm saying. Vince Smoke, is this Indian on Indian crime right now? Because I'm pretty sure your boy is from the same region as you are. All a chick has to do is wear a KFC hat, and Frankie can't resist. Shotty. First of all, yeah, you're misrepresenting that story. Yeah, I told you, yeah, the KFC hat was a deal breaker for me, and she didn't keep it on while I was smashing her. I've made that clear. She had a great body though. She really did. And to be fair, yeah, she never complained about anything. She turned up whenever she was told to. But this is how you know there's something wrong with me. She literally, it was literally the KFC hat that did it. Hell no, I only eat pussy. 100%, bro. Scuba diving is an underappreciated sport. The things people discuss on your channel, I definitely know your professor days might come to an end. The thing is, though, I'm Batman. I had retired from being a professor 2.5 years ago, and I decided to get back into it because I'm a retard. I basically covered for like an ex-colleague of mine, and then I got sucked back into it, and the prick quit. So I ended up getting attached to like the staff there, and I started enjoying making money again and being away from home. So if I ended up getting fired, I wouldn't be that bothered. Lol, the moderators are such cunts. They just want people to rage bait. I ain't replying to your bullshit. Don't reply to the bullshit. Don't. Vince Smoke, just ignore it. Because it's like I said, certain people on here, when they know that you're sensitive, they'll keep pushing that button. Are you a progressive Democrat? Nah. I don't think I'm politically driven one way or the other. I don't think I'm politically on either side. Because I'm one of those people, yeah. I basically pick and choose depending on what the subject is, on what I support it or not. Do you care if you lose your job? Not in the slightest. In fact, I'm kind of hoping that I get fired one day, because then I've got an excuse to not go back. But I was doing YouTube before I got back as a professor, so I'm genuinely not that bothered. I really don't need to work. I don't need to work anymore. I was done. And to be honest, yeah, it's really stressful. Like, I've had 2 weeks off, and I've spent this entire week doing it. Do not redeem. Is that a good accent? Do not redeem. That's actually terrible. There's no coming back from what I've just done. Why do you think we're in a simulation? It just makes a lot of sense to me. It does. I don't know, man. It's just it just feels like we're here for someone's entertainment, is what I'm saying. Frankie, do you make your students call you professor? Nah, I don't. They call me Francis. You should teach your students about how Big H was in the right. Nope. Nope. Where do you teach and what is the pay grade? Well, yeah, I get paid about 100K a year. I can't tell you where I teach because obviously that would be a stupid thing to do. But yeah, I get about 100. I get about 100K a year, something like that. Which, when I consider how much work goes into it, it's not worth it. I used to get a lot more money when I worked in China. Vinsmoke, and the tax is better, and they pay for your accommodation. Vinsmoke, where do you live? Which country? Vinsmoke's in India, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about that. How much would a student have to pay you to boost their grades? I've got really good integrity, mate. And paper, I don't know if I told you about this. I don't know if you were here, but in my very first year as a professor, one of my colleagues here was basically he was getting blowjobs there of one of his students in the office, by the way. She was noshing him off here. And then she tried to blackmail him to get him to up the grades. And he refused, and she ratted him out, and he got fired. And it's proper tough, man. It's 100k sterling. It's a nice little gig, but I get taxed right up the arsehole. So my take home is probably like 75, something like that. Which 75k in the UK is not that high. But the thing is, yeah, I own my house, so I don't pay. How did she rat him out? She reported him. I'm glad you brought this up. That was my sister. R.I.P. But yeah, excuse me, Dean. She then claimed that he basically said to her he'd give her grades if she noshed him off. But that's the thing with these, it's like a fraternity, us professors in it. So he just got another job somewhere else. Yeah, it's an awkward conversation to have, I'll give you that. India is a shithole. They get so triggered when we tell them their country is bad. I think anyone would get triggered if you talk badly about their country, though. Was the student at least 18? Yeah, she was 19. So it wasn't like an underage thing. It just became an investigation type thing where she said he was coercing her. And because he's in a situation of authority. But the thing is, yeah, the dumb slut here was dumb enough to send messages and stuff. So he had all the evidence. I think she just wanted to hurt him at that point. Vin Smoke, if I had to guess, you're 50 pounds soaking wet, skinny as a rake, smell like literal shit, and work for rice. God damn. That is cold. Sloppy toppy. Apparently you got like quite a few blowjobs out of it as well. Because I was boys with him for a little bit, but then it made me very uncomfortable when things would happen. Like, I've had very uncomfortable situations with students that are in my university, because obviously I look relatively young, and most of my students they're all 18 years and over. So you get wild shit happening, and it's like a fantasy thing, isn't it? It's like, you know, you get an attraction to your professor because it's like he's an authority figure. He's like, I like to fucking joke around when I'm at work. I'm 156 pounds and 7 inches in your mum. God damn. That was a very quick comeback. Vince Smoke, you're actually a decent lad. I don't think we should be resorting to this. A Spanish tourist was gang raped in India and Jarl raped him. The rape issue in India is quite high, but it's not. India's not the only country where that happens. Apparently, it happens in Sweden quite a lot as well. What if she's been? Yeah, bro. I draw the line. I draw the line when it comes to student and teacher relations. I just think it's I draw the line when it comes to, because I made the mistake of it in my early career, banging like one of the other teachers at school as well, and that was a terrible mistake. She ended up writing an anonymous letter about me when she found out I was nailing every other chick in town. Facebook groups were made. I've fucked up a few times. I'm not gonna lie, but it was so worth it. I told myself in high school I could never be a teacher because I'm such a horn dog, but I'm a professional. Bruv, professional training, yeah, you must get mad gash. You must be up to your fucking knees in clunge. Well, I don't know why I said up to your knees. That was weird. Up to your neck in clunge. Let's correct that. What was the wildest interaction you've had with students? It's mostly like a lot of them don't. Like, I do get people. I've had like come-ons from like gay students as well, which is really uncomfortable. Making inappropriate jokes and things like that. I've had like panties found in my desk. I've had like notes written to me, stuff like that. It's very, very uncomfortable. Frankie's a top shagger. Yeah, it's not true. Well, yeah, a fellow teacher. Yeah, I didn't fuck a teacher when I was a student. That would have been. I didn't lose the old V card until I was 18. I was a late bloomer. Unless you count blowjobs, then it was 15. Dudes these days look young. My father looked 40 in his 20s. Yeah, 100%. Do you white people shag your siblings? Nah, not all of us. Depends how hot they are, I guess. But no, I never did that. You're thinking of Arkansas. You might want to head over to Clown Show. He can tell you all about he can tell you all about that shit. A man hit on you, weird. It's happened a few times. It happened to me when I was in the Middle East as well. What is your main goal in life? So, Adolfo, my main goal now is basically to set my kids up. My son's 5 years old. I want to just make sure that when I'm on my way out of town, which is probably the least creepy way I can put it, that he's set for life. My daughters are already on their way. My eldest is about to get her master's. She's already got things lined up. My second daughter's about to go into law school, so she's going to be set up. So now I've just got to make sure that the little nipper, the little lad, is set up, and then I'm good to go, man. That's my main goal in life, just to have the kids set up to know that they're in a solid position. Do you listen to the songs Crackers in? Fucking hell, Jazz. Jazz, are you black or Indian? I'm going to assume Indian. I'm Batman. Where are you from again? I know you told me last time. I apologize. Is there a lot of secret gays in the Middle East? They're not even secretive about it, mate. I'll tell you something about Arabs. Yeah? I've said this to you before, Shorty. Yeah, Arabs think that all of us white dudes here, they think we're all bi. I'm not even joking. It looks like my camera has frozen. Fuck me. Get your son to Dagestan and forget. I apologize. Yeah, my screen is about to freeze. Hopefully, you can still hear me. You know you're a decent looking bloke when men hit on you, gay people have higher standards than women. Captain Treasure, that's a fair point, you know. Little cock watcher. It's harsh. That's harsh. Are you saying I'm a little cock watcher, or you're a little cock watcher, and that's why you're here? Maybe you should clarify that. All bi, I swear to God, Shotty. They think we're all bi. Not fucking about, mate. Frankie, it's really cool how you can just make stuff like that up on the spot. I can see you coming up with these fantasies in your stewy head. It is a special talent. To be honest with you, man, all of this is verifiable. Because there are a lot of people in here that, I've grown up with and they know me. So, and by the way, if I'm going to lie about getting hit on by dudes, that would be a bit weird. Middle East have gay people too, a lot. A lot. How do you get women when you're so short? It's never really been an issue for me. Maybe it's prevented me from getting more clunge than I could have got. But I've done pretty well over the years. So, are you a vampire, Frankie? You barely look old enough to have a master's degree yourself, but I have a 21-year-old daughter. Imagine that. Middle Eastern guys get good frequent flyer miles. I've just missed somebody going for me. Hang on a second. Frankie, Giuliano said you have a beluga forehead. He's got a point. I do. I mean, I could be doing worse. But again, it's never really prevent. Oh yeah, you're from Switzerland, bro. Bro, Switzerland people have got it going on. Who have you got in Garn versus Aspinall? I've got Aspinall. I think it's going to be a lot harder. Is your body count over 100? I would say definitely. I would say definitely. Frankie, Giuliano was cracking up on his stream the other day because he said that you've got a beluga forehead. He was crying, laughing. I mean, he's got a point though, doesn't he? I don't really believe he said that, and I know you're just being a little bitch right now and trying to incite beef, but I don't care about my forehead. It's never held me back in life, and it's not that bad. Women are short as well. Captain Treasure. To be honest with you, yeah, I'm mostly I've mostly been into Asian women my entire life, and they start at like 5'1" and under. So I'm a giant to them. I'd love you as a father-in-law. Man, that might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Holding Dan's sock, I'm gonna be honest, yeah. When I was in Qatar, yeah, I went on a bit of a rampage. It's definitely over 100, and I'm not even proud of that. I'm not proud of that. If I had to guess here, I would say it's between 2 and 300. If I had to guess, but I could be wrong. I've never counted. I think counting would be more weird, wouldn't you agree? You know, like some of those creeps that have like a fucking black book of all the women that they've boned. I think that would be way more weird. Japanese girls are a godsend. Japanese girls are fucking weird, mate. I've only banged a couple in my days, and they are very weird. Love from India. How you doing, Gurav Singh? Welcome to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, Vin Smoke is getting into it right now. Best you've ever had? Wow, that's a complicated question. Because I would say that the best I've ever had is pretty much down to my own performance, my own Chad-like nature. I would go with I would. There was a Chinese lady. There was a Chinese lady. I'm not going to go into who. Probably had like 65. What's your go-to pickup line? I'll tell you something now, paper. Yeah, pickup lines are gross, mate. They don't work. Japanese girls are very strange. The thing is, yeah, they're just weirdos. They're just weird. I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. They just have they're very, very easy to offend. I'll put it that way. And I'm like six or wait, did you say 6 or 5? Bro, if it's 6 or 5, you would know the answer. So I'm dubious right now. I think you're trying to sound like a saint when you want one. Are you still behind Aspinall 100%? In terms of winning the fight, yes, I am. I've had 5 women. I'm borderline gay though. What do you mean by that? I love white women, sir, in an Indian accent. Wow, that's quite a niche there. They're out there, you know. They are out there. I think the dirtier the accent, the more fun the situation. You're into Asian girls and got a high paid job in China. You are a fucking legend. I mean, I'll be real with you, Adolfo. Yeah, it took me a fucking long time to grind to that level. A really long time. I had to put in my dues. But once I worked in Qatar, yeah, I was unwilling to settle for a certain amount. I set the bar quite high after that. Because when I was in Qatar, I made like 250 grand in like 2 years, untaxed. And everything was paid for though. So I'm like, I'm not taking anything less than that. What did Japan girls do to you, Frank? There was one girl, yeah, and it was involving a period. That's all I'm gonna say. That dirty bitch tricked me. What do you say to the women over 200 is mad? To be honest, bro, you just treat them like human beings. You just have a conversation. Does Korean pussy taste like kimchi? I haven't been with enough Koreans to know, you know. It's a good it's a good question. Japanese girls have a white fetish. Japanese girls are very insular. The majority of them, if you're getting with a Chinese girl, yeah, it's basically one who's on the shelf, and that's when you get the freaks. You know, the ones who haven't got married by the time they're 30 and they're basically cast out of society. And then they're like, fuck it, I'll just start smashing white and black guys. Japanese girls are easily the most fucked up in the head. Because Japan conflates sex and violence way too much. I love the dirty Yorkshire accent. It's mad. Chris Gray, you need to try a Manc accent. A Manc accent, yeah. I swear to God, there was this like little Chinese girl that I banged back in the day who had she used to live in London and she went to Manchester for 2 years and came back with the most Manc accent. It was dirtbag, and for some reason, yeah, it was just it was unbelievable. I can still hear her when I close my eyes. It was mad. Patchy Mix failed drug test. Oh, tell me it ain't so. Imagine losing 2 and failing the drug test. That has got to be the worst fall of grace of all time. More than half my girls are black and not the ugly type. I don't know why they like me so much. White women hate me as a white person. There are black girls that do have like a because they see white guys as like, oh, they're like, they're easier to control. The women like your accent. It depends where it is. Obviously, here my accent has no bearing whatsoever. No bearing whatsoever. But in like Asia and America and places like that, the accent gets the job done. I'm not gonna lie. Worst year for Patchy. Yeah, he's done. And he's getting married as well. He's cooked. Vince Smoke, you got they're still going at it. It's amazing. A little hole in that. No, I'm saying she had a dirty Mank accent. It was hilarious. Do women like red pill guys? I still don't really know what red pill guys are. I don't really understand that. I don't really understand that. I'll keep it real. Yeah, Manchester accent is top tier. Nothing tickles the pickle more. They just sound like absolute tarts, mate. What do you think of Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit? I think he's a fucking melt. I think he's like a B Tech Andrew Tate, which is saying something because Andrew Tate's a bit of a knob as well. But I do find him funny. I often find myself agreeing a lot of the times with what Andrew Tate has to say, which is very concerning. I don't touch Asian women because it's so cliche for white males, to be honest. I like life hard. I'm telling you something. Did I say I meant little Chinese woman? That came out wrong. She was obviously like in her 20s, but she was really small. She was like 4'10", 4'11". And I used to bang her back when she was when we were both teenagers. And then she went to Manchester for a couple of years, got a boyfriend there, came down to London for a couple of days, and I absolutely nailed the absolute dog shit out of her. And her accent had completely changed. And then she moved back to London and went back to having a London accent. She was a fucking chameleon. Myron Gaines is red pill in human form. That sounds awful. The video of Andrew Tate holding a sword and talking about how he carries it around his Andrew Tate is funny. I've got to give it to him. White men are more forgiving than black men. How are women in the UK awful? They are entitled dumb bitches that most of them are too fat. Most of them are too entitled. And white women these days, they want to make their own money, but then take all of yours and spend none of theirs, and then they want to fuck you over and make sure you're living in your Honda Civic while they're banging the mailman. Did you make her come every time? I don't make every woman come because I'm not that I'm not like some savant or anything. I don't think you can be universal amazing at banging people out. I think compatibility is everything and stamina. And just being a little bit of a giver sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of that. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it completely real. Yeah, and Tech's been cooking. I mean, I'm for some reason, yeah, I can't. I think Vince Smoke must be blocked because I'm not seeing his chats. Oh, there he is. You know nothing about Indian lineage. I don't think Antec cares, to be honest, over Vince Smoke. I think that's the wrong conversation to be having with him at this point. I'm going to stay out of this beef. Why is it a lot easier for Western man to find faithful women in Eastern countries? I guess they realize what they've got and they want to keep it. But it doesn't mean they aren't all loyal, because that would be ridiculous. I want to get into Asian women. That's why I follow Frankie. I want him to show me the way. Tone K, I'm telling you this now. Next time you get a holiday, I would recommend going to Manila first because you need like a gateway. You need gateway Asian vagina. Don't go straight to Bangkok here because you will be overwhelmed. You will be overwhelmed. They will ruin you and you'll never go back again. I made the mistake of going there the first time when I was 21, first time I visited an Asian country, and it was a terrifying experience. Do yourself a favor, go to Manila first. Bring a boy, bring a lad with you. I meant to say bring one of your boys with you. Head over to Manila and I'll show you the way. Vietnam's amazing as well. Do you think that modern feminism is destroying our society? Adolfo, to be honest, man, it's all cyclical. We go through all this. We go through this shit every generation. Women are on top, and then we're on top, and then it goes round and round and round and round and round. This isn't a new concept. Eventually, they'll shut the fuck up and get back to the kitchen. We just got to be patient. In the meantime, we've got Asian women to tide us over. Because until white women sort their shit out, I'm not interested. And I just don't like white women's vaginas either. They look weird. I'm not a big fan of the color and the flaps. Asian women are where it's at. Have you ever heard of arranged marriages? Of course I have. I know people that have been arranged married. I mean, generally, I think they've, mostly from what I've heard, it's most of them work out quite well. It's usually mutual beneficial situations. Feminism is redundant in the modern age. I don't even know if feminists know what they are anymore. One of you is gonna have to like give up, and I don't think it's gonna be Antec. Just my advice. I would let that go. I cannot. I genuinely. I've looked up now. Yeah, I thought I was only on here for 30 minutes. It's been nearly 2 hours. Joe Rogan versus Shaq MMA. Who would you bet on? That I actually think Joe Rogan would beat him because Joe Rogan could like he's got really insane kicks, and I reckon he could strangle him. He's a black belt in BJJ, whereas Shaq is completely untrained. I know Shaq is. It's a hard one, It's a hard one. I j- I think there's a debate for both. I would side with Joe Rogan just because he's trained. It's like how I would put Mighty Mouse against like an untrained person who's 255. It's the same thing. An uncle of mine married a 19-year-old Moroccan woman when he was 50. Now he's 65 with 3 kids and happily married. I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing to hear. I'll tell you this though, yeah, like I've been hit on by 20-year-old women and they seem like fucking kids to me, man. It seems weird now. I thought, yeah, that when I got older, I would keep banging like 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds. They seem fucking young. I keep forgetting to tell people to like the stream. This Tone K, you are the fucking man for that. Do you believe in the term a man of the house? It depends on what context you're referring to, HA. Joe Hogan. Have you been to Australia? Odd flex, I haven't yet, but it's very high on the list. And the only reason why I haven't been to Australia is because of all of your fucked up animals. Joe Rogan or Tung Sahur. I don't know who that is. So I'm going to have to go with Joe Rogan over the fictional character. Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be scrumdiddlyumptious. I don't know who Tung Sahur is. Who is that? Is that a fake person? Have you just got me with something there? Yeah, so I haven't been to Australia OD Flex, but it's very, very high on the list. It's more because I'm scared of the animals. I'll keep it real. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If Joe Rogan was younger, it might be easy for him. Now he might break a hip. I still think I'd still favor him. I've heard Australian women are amazing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Irish women are amazing. From Irish women are dimes. They're underrated. Irish women are definitely underrated. Certainly amongst the most beautiful in the white race, and they're funny as fuck as well. Maverick Razor, don't mind. Yeah, you should get a profile pic. What would you? Maybe we should vote for your profile pic, bro. All the animals in Australia are chill. No, they fucking aren't, man. Don't try and gaslight me. I've seen the videos. I've seen spiders the size of your head that can jump across the fucking room. Why at this channel so many people ask of you about women and their preferences? It's just men. It's just boys being boys, isn't it? This is what the lads do. This is what if we all knew each other, we would be hanging out in a bar and talking this shit. How you doing, Caravaggio? Shout out to you, bro. A reminder to everyone to like the stream, please. It's very much appreciated. We are barreling towards 1.5k subscribers, which I never thought I would ever hit. You lie. Flex spiders are too big. This is what I'm saying, Ford Man 69. I've seen the fucking spiders that are the size of your head that can jump across a room. No, thank you. Snakes crawling into your boots and all that kind of shit. I am good. I am good. No, thank you. But I am going to come over to Australia at some point. I've heard it's not bad. No, man, the accent's amazing. Higher observer. When the fingers of women, yeah, they're all fucked, yeah, and they're all gonna fucking, But with an Irish woman, because they sound like fairies, you can kind of put up with it. It's like when they tell you to fuck off and all that, it sounds like they're sing-songing. So do you know what I mean? It's not that bad. I think the accent is a positive. So, oh, Vin Smoke is timed out for 5 minutes. I think it was gonna happen. Bro's scared of a spider. Bro, of course I am. I'm not scared of the little fucking bitch spiders we've got here in the UK. But those massive ones that can move, 100%, bro. You crazy. New Zealand knows. How the fuck does that work out, by the way? Because you lot are relatively close, right? What will happen if we comes up with boy humor and jokes with girls? I've got no issue with that. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. I genuinely, me personally, I don't care. But the mods only time people out who are spamming, pretty much. Southern Irish, just to clarify, 100%. I mean, I've got a few Northern Irish subscribers, and they're some of the best subscribers I've got. They're amazing. Let's try to get 13 likes to get to 50. It really helps, right? It does help when the likes go up. It really does. My Irish grandfather used to use shotguns to rob people here in Canada. Not joking. What the fuck? Shout out to him. Shout out to him. GSP is the GOAT. GSP is secretly in my top 2. I have him over John Jones, and I'm not even joking. He went to prison and paid the price for it. R.I.P. grandma. R.I.P. grandpa. No, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I used to think I could take on a tiger by doing a front flip while poking in the eyes, but simultaneously. I wouldn't try that out if I were you. Scottish women, on the other hand, have an amazing accent, the ones I've interacted with. Scottish women, again, are based and funny. The accent's rough, though, man. The accent's rough. When Scottish go deep with it, they're very hard to understand. Jones lost to Reyes. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, he did, but that third round was very, very close. And they each clearly won 2 rounds. So, what does pork taste like? It depends how you have it, mate. I find pork outstanding. I don't think you can really have a full English without pork. And it is sensational. But the thing is, yeah, it says in the Bible that we're not supposed to eat pork either, and we just do that shit. See, a lot of Muslims will stay firm on the pork shit, but then they'll drink and swear and fuck bitches. So you might as well just go all in. I think pork is sensational. Not going to work. Leon, why not? How you doing, bro? I've heard Lebanese women are top tier as well. Have you ever been out of an Indian woman? I have, yeah. I was with an Indian woman named Reshma for 3 years. And I used to have really long flowing hair that was just beautiful. And then she cut it off. So I dumped her. I should have knocked her ass out as well, but I'm a gentleman. So I just dumped. I waited until I got home and then told her it was over and then blocked her. Didn't have the courage to do it to her face. Because I genuinely thought if I dump this bitch right now in the middle of the bar and she starts mouthing off, I might chin her. Because she was holding my my hair was all plaited up at the time, and she was holding up like 2 of my plaits, and I really wanted to knock her block off me. I'm not gonna lie. Not one of my proudest moments, but it is what it is. Rashma Patel. Big knockers, very jealous, very, very what's the word? Selfish in the sack. Pork is incredible. Bacon's amazing, and I do love a bit of gammon as well. Gammon's underrated. I think it's Captain Treasure. I think it's because they say that the devil was cast into like a flock of pigs that then I think that's the story anyway. So it's believed to be like a tainted meat. Dude, you've banged so many chicks. I'm not proud of it. I am proud of it a little bit. Are the UK really arresting people for tweets? I don't know anybody that has, but apparently it's true. Did she stink like 7-Eleven, Frankie? Nah, she was a I mean, I'm saying she stinks because she's Indian, but she was a UK Brit. She was a Indian, she was a British Indian. So she grew up here. Do you eat beans on toast? Nah, man. I don't really understand people that do. Pork sausages and beans, that's I didn't touch her haunter, but I wanted to. I wanted to knock her ass out. She did cut my hair off though. I mean, that's technically assault. Pork contains worms or something, but I buy mine from a farmer. Is that true? It's because of trichinosis. I think it's literally a I think it's literally because of the I've heard it's for financial things as well. Like it was to fuck up the pork industry at the time. Do you eat tuna and beans on a potato? What's tuna? Do you mean tuna? That sounds awful. She was a pillow princess, is what you're saying. I believe so. Alma Longoria, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. We have been going and going here, man. You guys are fucking awesome. Deborah Ward, how you doing? What is good? Welcome to the channel. Clearly not a real female, but we're not going to hold that against you. Cheds, I know you already have. Stop asking her. Oh, tuna fish. I don't like tuna. I'll keep it real. Sam, welcome back. How you doing? I don't eat peasant food, sir. And tuna is peasant food. I don't eat anything that predominantly comes out of a can. Hey, Frank, is my P for P good? Outstanding, Maverick Rays. Perfect. You've nailed it. The British conquered the world for spices just to never use them. I mean, that's about as based as it gets. Single leg or double leg takedown preference? I think single leg is more effective now. You know, get the balance down, grab a hip toss, take a leg down that way. Double legs don't really work in MMA anymore. People are just wise to it. The best girl I've ever had is Norwegian. Why is that? You see Daniel Cormier shit talking all the division. Daniel Cormier would mow his way through heavyweight if he was still active. Good buddy, I'm watching The Mask, the original movie. Great, great movie. I have a Russian woman now. She's like 54. I love her. Fuck me. I bet she knows some shit. I bet she has some moves. I bet she knows things. 54 and Russian. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you fucking lost it. Canned oysters on Ritz cracker with mayo. There's Cheddar being his fat, beautiful self as always. Bruh, tuna fish, cherry tomatoes, and eggs omelette is the best breakfast, is it? I don't fuck with tuna, man. I've never liked it. I cracked a couple of Latinas when I went to Brazil last year. Bro, I've never smashed a Latina, you know. It's one of the only demographics I've never fucked with. Yeah, the Jim Carrey original was goated. Tom said Cormier would be his toughest fight. I agree with him, man. Tom Aspinall was very, very honest about. I think because the wrestling would be an issue for him, and he's obviously small and very, you know. Can you say hi to everyone? Yi Long Ma, whatever that means. Single leg demands less energy and generally easier to do. Very good point as well. Latinas are very fertile. I wouldn't mind knocking out one or two more kids, but I think I don't think it's gonna happen for me now. I'll be real. I've had enough kids already. Is getting with a Latino on your bucket list? I mean, not really, but it's like you know, Flynn. It's like, what would it be like to bang a really tall chick? You kind of got to know. It would be more out of curiosity, but I'm not really that sexually charged anymore. If I'm being real, like most of the time when I go out, and to be fair, yeah, I mean, odd flex. I have had quite a mix in there. Quite a mix. Spanish is kind of Latina, but yeah, does that count? Does that count? I'm not sure it does. Tom's biggest advantage going into every fight, he's very aware he could lose, which ironically will always allow him to win. As long as you're always respecting your opponents, you're always going to do well. I protect my girl. Her name's Natalia. Her daughter's Elena. The daughter wants to stab me. I look after them. I don't play the dad though. Sounds like a good situation. How old is the daughter, by the way? Your whoring days are over. Is that what you're saying? 100%. Bro, Angel Reese is actually hideous and she's got a terrible attitude. And she's fucking tall. I genuinely wouldn't bang her and I'm not even playing. Yeah, banging a tall chick. You kind of got to know, right? I mean, you just got to know. Mavic Rays. I have one half Chinese buddy. Does that count? It counts. Ever cracked Australian? I have, yeah. I have. That's why when somebody said I've heard Australian women are amazing, I kind of went, very fucking gobby from my. But that was just one of them. No, trust me. Geo backed down. Clown was trying to set it up. Why are you randomly talk? All right. You Rager, I've already made it clear, yeah, multiple times. Clown doesn't want any. He can keep blathering on as much as he wants. The real ones know the truth. Have you ever met a femboy? I've met them, yeah. I've spent a lot of time in Thailand. So if you're talking about like lady boys, yeah. Obviously, I've never banged one because that's like another level. But I've had conversations. There was a lady boy in Thailand that worked on the Soy Cowboy strip that owned a bar, and he was a cool fucking dude. I used to just chill there and drink with the dude. He was based. Have you ever cracked a fatty? Of course I have. Of course I have. Earlier days though, you know, I've scraped from the bottom of the barrel at times. You know, it's real. Sometimes you got to throw a slump buster in there or two. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But it's been a while though. If you were sick 5 beers in, you would bang a fatty. Nah, 5 beers ain't doing nothing to me, man. 5 beers ain't getting the job done. Gio is also scared of Memo. Is he? Didn't they meet in real life? For 12 years, I've checked their doors almost every night and their windows, 3NM. Whenever we live in the projects, to be honest, it's dodgy here. It's called Regent Park in Toronto. Google it. Wow, man. Gio always back down when called out. I've heard that Gio's heading over to good old Arkansas. If I'd known the Clown Show was from Arkansas, I would have left him alone from the beginning. Because he's definitely got a disadvantage being from there. In the brains department. Randall, I'm having a hard time keeping up with. I've got to pay more attention. Oh, Kirk Katz is a legend on YouTube. I don't even know who that is. I was there when Clown tried to get Gio to go offline, and Gio refused to end his show to go back there, and Clown waited. You Rager, Clown cannot be taken seriously though. He's literally living on the narrative that I ducked going into his stream when I was never invited, and he refused. I sent him like, you know, when someone makes, because he's made videos about me in the past, and I've written things in the comment and just gone, bro, you know, if you want to hash this out, let's do it. And he's just ignored me. And then he shows up 3 weeks later and goes on like I ducked him. It's really embarrassing. This chat is wild as fuck. Sorry, Chris, what did you say on the last one? Chris, can you post it again, please, mate? For some reason, yeah, I think my thing is stuck in top chat. You Rager is probably Clown. Let's keep it real. Are you from the UK or Ireland? I'm really from Ireland. I was born there. My family is Irish, but I grew up in the UK. That's the first time I've said that today. I usually say that about 90 times a stream. Have you heard of Ranton? Legendary YouTuber. I haven't. What kind of content does he do? Not for long. We should half it, half Russia, half USA. Appreciate that, Chris Gray. Sorry if I missed the chat, man. I think it's stuck in top messages at the moment, which is fucking annoying. I do fully believe though that Giuliano has said that I bang ladyboys. I genuinely believe he said that. Because he probably thought it would be funny banter to have in private, and then like I'd never find out. It's all good. We're all good though. Kurt Katz's YouTube is the best. What's the content about? You Rager, Giuliano gave his phone number and sent a flight itinerary showing a rival town, and Clown ran away and said he needs more details. Clown Show isn't Clown Show stuck in isn't he not allowed to leave Arkansas? That's highly suspicious. I mean, you've got to be doing some fucked up shit to get fucking, you know, grounded in Arkansas. Because they be doing all kinds of fucked up stuff there. There are some hot femboys, dude. It's just not for me, man. I just can't get over the penis, mate, and the lack of a uterus, and a genuine functioning vagina. I hate to say it, man, but after I had my first vagina, I was under a spell for the rest of my life. Dutch people are Germanic, but not German. Dutch people are some of the friendliest fuckers you can meet. I've only been to Holland twice, and I had an amazing time, and I would love to go back. In fact, I'm going to Holland next time. I'm making a fucking decision. Yeah, the next time I go to a European country, I might go to Holland in fucking December, and just get blazed out of my mind. Trust me, Geo back down. Well, if he booked a flight, that's a weird way of backing down, isn't it? I mean, going to Arkansas, I don't understand why he's doing that as well. It's all weird. It seems a bit excessive to me. So the next time you see me go on holiday, it's going to be to Amsterdam, and I'm going to get blazed off my skull. Ranton's a German Chinese YouTuber that does gaming reviews. He's based as fucking. I've got to check this dude out. That sounds like an incredible mix. I've never been to Georgia either. Is it worth my time, Skull Trooper? I think Maverick is high on weed. I wish I was on high on weed. Frankie isn't into no ladyboys or obese lassies, just more known as the midge. Chris Gray. It took us 6 months to get over this. Let's not bring it back up again, yeah? He booked a flight and gave him his phone number. I genuinely believe that Giuliano is mental enough to do something like that. I have family in Amsterdam. DM me. See, if you were in Amsterdam, I'd be like, let's go. You should do a blog when you go abroad. Paper, if you look back at some of my old live streams there, I've done like bar blogs in like Vietnam and in Manila. And I did 1 or 2 in Thailand as well, where I just sit there and just wait for women to hit on me. Sometimes it takes as long as like 30 seconds because I'm just gorgeous. What can I say? I wish. Been around Ark's channel years and nobody has ever seen him. He's crazy. Shit. I mean, vlog the trip. I should probably do that, Paper. The problem is, yeah, is when I travel, yeah, I get really stressed out. I find traveling very annoying. You look like Elon Musk. I get this quite a lot. Sidesh Misal, I do. I get this often. I've learned to live with it. I love you too, Chris Gray, man. And yeah, all the best, Tone. Hope you don't... Tone, have a wonderful birthday, bro. Have a wonderful one. I didn't realize it was your birthday. Shout out to you, man. I need to get you a pint somehow. Lol, you raging. No one is scared of that pussy. Gio was scared the fuck out of his mind when Clown dropped the backstage link. You rager, I'm gonna be real with you, yeah. He's not smart enough to be scared of anything. And I love Giuliano. I honestly think, yeah, like I honestly think he would turn up in Arkansas just for the fuck of it. Gio has a very bad habit, yeah, of letting the chat bait him into doing anything. It's happened numerous times in the past. I definitely think he would pitch up to Clown Show. But I'm telling you for a fact, Clown Show doesn't have the testicles yet to go on camera. Do you really think he's going to meet anyone in person? Get the fuck out of here. Clown Show says 3 things, and it's, I can beat you up in real life. You're a faggot. Give me money. Those are his 3 things, just on repeat. Gio showed up at a girl's house, stalked her, the girl from Clown's channel. That girl isn't from Clown's channel. She just did like a, she went on a panel once, right? I mean, it's possible. She seemed, to be fair, yeah, she seems like a very grounded girl. Clown offered him a meetup. I don't believe Clown, though. I don't believe him. Clown talks a lot of shit. He does. And the thing is, yeah, I don't even really dislike Clown. I don't really care about him. These guys are lying about last night. You, Rager, I was there. I was in Geo's stream when Clown Show was live streaming. Yeah, I've got to go back on Cheddarhead here. You can't really take what Clown Show says at face value because he's a natural born liar. He's a natural born like gaslighter. What's your pick? Islam versus JDM. I'm going with JDM by close decision. I think he will be able to fend off the takedowns for at least 3 rounds and then he's going to beat the shit out of him on the feet. Nasty hands, you know, 10 hit combos. That's what I'm going with. But to be fair, yeah, I've seen this is going to sound really zesty, but I just have to speak the truth. There have been like shorts of Islam around, like wrestling around on the beach, and he looks fucking big. So let's see. Where did Vince Smoke go? He got timed out. Also, this guy Charles Smith has Gio's info and scared him. But I mean, that would be quite fitting because, like I said, I consider Giuliano a friend of mine. He is an information whore, and he does give people's fucking information out as well unnecessarily. So yeah, he timed him out, which I think is fair play. I don't think Vince Smoke's going to be back, to be fair. But Vince Smoke was very chilled when he first came in here. I just think, people went a little bit hard on the Indian stuff, and I don't blame him. Nah, Islam is getting the Ankalaev treatment. You reckon? First round smothering. I hope that's the case, Leon, as well. I really do. And I don't even dislike Islam. I just don't want any more daggy champions. I think we've had enough over the years. And it's not because I don't like him, yeah. I genuinely don't. I just think he's too inactive. Gio has talked mad crap about you, Frankie. He said you're in debt and stuff, and you did like Ladyboys. The thing is, you Rager, I don't really care because none of those things are true, so I'm not bothered. I'll tell you something now, you Rager. Yeah, I genuinely don't give a fuck what people think of me, and I mean, he's never said it to my face, so I'm not really bothered. I also think that it's just people like you shit stirring, if I'm being honest. So I'm not just going to take that at face value. I'll keep it real with you. I think that you're in Clown Show's little pussy-o posse, the pussy-o posse. And I think you've realized, Jay, that you can't win a war of words with me. So now it's just going to be like, oh, I know, I'll just spread little discontent. I'm not retarded, sir, and I don't care. Islam is probably somewhere in a plane, herding sheep, riding a horse. Very possible. Islam is actually in wherever the fight's taking place. That's where he is now. I think he's in New York or he's in America now. I will donate to you to prove I'm not fooling. You Rager, I don't want your fucking money, bro. I'm not monetized for a reason. So I'm not interested. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about Clown Show or any. The only reason why I brought up Clown Show at all in this stream is because I went online yesterday. I jumped into Gio's live stream, which I don't usually do, to be fair. And then he was listening to Clown Show, who literally went on an hour monologue about me, saying the same thing, which was kind of flattering, to be fair. He managed to stretch like drunken Irish faggot into an hour, which is really quite impressive work. Thoughts on America? I love America. What about Hamzat? Hamzat's too inactive as well. That's why I didn't want him as champion. I've got nothing against Muslim fighters. I've got nothing against wrestling style or anything like that. I think the best style should be whatever's the best style to win a fight. They deserve to be champion. But what I want champions to fight at least twice a year. I want champions that are going to keep the division rolling. And Hamzat is not one of those people. MMA Joey said he would steal your lunch. Yeah, fat cunt. Eurasia, Gio doxed me and we made amends. He apologized and we're cool now. Gio's got a habit of doing that. And Tone K, that's why I'm never going to give Gio my personal information. I gave him my WhatsApp number and he literally told people my name. But like he was doxing me. Like he ran around telling people, oh, his name's Francis. But it wasn't a secret. Frankie's just like a nickname. It's not like I'm trying to hide who I am. But I certainly wouldn't give him. It's not that Gio would do anything dangerous with it himself, but you never know like who he could give it to. Do you know UFC fighter? And yeah, Gio says a lot of stuff. I mean, we used to take the piss out of Gio for saying he owned a McLaren, and I mean, Gio is who Gio is. Collab with MMA Guru. Yeah, that's never going to happen. You do OG Flex. MMA Guru's been in here a couple of times though, and I'm not going to lie here. I shit my pants. It was quite embarrassing. Alex lost to Ankalaev. Just have something to say from us again. 100%. Yeah, just to make us feel like, just to bring us down, only to bring us back up again. MMA Joey is the biggest clown on this platform. I'm not sure if MMA Joey is real or if he's just rage baiting. It's really hard to tell at this point. Nah, Antec isn't a grudge holder. According to Gilly, he won KO Johnny Walker. Yeah, that's another thing he said. He said that he's hard sparred with Johnny Walker. I don't think he said he KO'd Johnny Walker. I just think he said he sparred with him. But it's just Gio comes out with some fucking ridiculous stuff. Gio has to be the best at everything. Like if you like, I'll give you an example here. We told Gio one time that somebody got knocked over by a car, yeah, and Gio was like, sorry, that they were in a car crash, and Gio was like, I was in 12 car crashes. He's that kind of guy. He's just got to be the best at everything, even if it's like something really dumb like graping or being in car crashes. If you told Gio you had a 1-inch dick, yeah, he'd be like, mine is half an inch, or like mine is a millimeter. He's that kind of guy. It was the one time you shat yourself. He actually came in 3 times, but the thing is, yeah, it was weird, yeah, because the reason why I was surprised because obviously I saw him in the chat, yeah, and I just assumed it was an alt, so I just carried on as normal, and then the whole chat just started saying, "Oh my god, he's in here! Oh my god, it's real!" And I literally just like froze, and I was like, "What, really?" I've actually got a short about it on my channel. Back when I used to have long hair and look like a nonce. Anyway, moving on. Gio is a topper. What do you mean by topper? What does topper mean? Yeah, Giuliano is he's just braggadocious. But to be fair, yeah, I do think that generally I do think Giuliano is generally a good person. Like when you're on his good side, he's very generous. He's like very considerate. Like do you know what I mean? He'll message you and see how you're doing. He's got very good sides to him. But unfortunately, sometimes the way he interacts with people, I don't think he's very good at personal relationships. There could be like a bit of Asperger's going on somewhere. I respect channels like Frankie and Clown because at least they have true subs and not paid for. Yeah, I mean, I've never even considered botting this channel because there would be no point to it. I was happy when we had 5 people in here. And I'm even happier now we get 30, 40, 50 in here sometimes. It's fucking amazing, man. It really is. Like I said, the channel's gained like 250 subs in the last month. It's been amazing, man. It's the most growth I've ever had, and I really appreciate every single person because we're getting to the point now where like the trolls are getting less and less. Sorry, Flynn MMA Frankie, please read my last chat. Hang on a second, bro. Let me see if I can find it. Fuck me. How far back was it? Flynn, could you do me a solid, mate, and do it again? Because again, I'm stuck in fucking top chat. Urger, please don't compare Frankie to Clown. Clown can't even touch Frankie's channel. Clown used to, from what I understand, Jay, Clown used to actually make decent content. He used to make like content about. He used to be like a predictions tracker channel, from what I remember. And I think he just went off the rails along the way. I don't know what it is. I think he should stay away from the fucking. I think he should stay away from the fucking beef and just. I think he just doesn't know how to do anything else anymore. Clown is a nutcase, but he at least has earned a following on his own. Are you Clown? You're doing a lot of Clown glitch. I mean, Clown does have his supporters. I'm obviously fucking around, but I just wish he would lay off on the beef so much because he doesn't know me at all. And to be perfectly honest, Jay, Clown started things off with me for absolutely no reason. He just assumed I was like that Giuliano was my pay pig, which is fucking hilarious. Like I've never received $1 from Giuliano. So I think he just assumed I was one of Giuliano's like dick riders when I call Giuliano out at every opportunity because we have that kind of relationship. Rigo sucks. How you doing, McLovin? I don't really know Rigo that well either. He is a bit of a groomer though, so it's a bit weird on that front, but I don't really know him as a person. YouTube beef is fucking retarded to me. Islam will maul JDM and you will cry. Adolf, I won't cry. I don't hate Islam Makhachev. The only thing I don't like about Islam is he's not active enough. That's the only thing I don't like. Who's Clown? He's not. He got banned. He's just some cunt, man. He's gone off YouTube anyway. Erager, we're not making stuff up. I heard what Clown was saying. He was going off about me for an hour. It was really boner inducing. I'll be honest. It was quiet. I know that. I reckon Clown shows in here right now. Because he's either got little minions that feed everything back to him. YouTube beef is hilarious. It's really stupid. Do you know how insecure you have to be to say every stream, I would fuck you up in real life, when you're not brave enough to go on camera? It's silly. Islam better get knocked out by my boy. McLovin, we're all hoping for it. Do you think John Jones beats all the best heavyweights of all time? Do you mean prime heavyweight? You mean prime John Jones? A prime John Jones, I reckon, probably would. Prime John Jones was nasty, man, but I guess we're going to find out Saturday night. You're telling Clown, like, scutter away. Tell him anything you want. And tell him to stop saying that I bitched out, because it's pathetic. You think he gets slept by us? I think he beats Ngannou quite handily. Prime Jones beats up Ngannou. Ngannou's not skilled enough. I think if we got a prime John Jones who went up to heavyweight the right way, I think he beats most people. He probably beats Tom Aspinall as well. Prime Jones? It's hard to argue that he doesn't. Juiced up Jones? 100%. Islam looks like a future champion of the UFC. I mean, he has been a champion. You are aware of this. But, you know, he could win. Pound for pound, Islam, wait till you see my message again. If Islam beats JDM, he's going to be pound for pound again. 100%. Nah, Cain Velasquez would work, John. Cain Velasquez is a bit too hot and cold for me. Prime Fedor in old school Pride Ring versus... I think Fedor's overrated, if I'm being honest. He's just a bit of a fat lump. Thoughts on Simon Feck? I like him. To be honest, though, with most Simon Feck content, yeah, I only usually see a lot of his shorts, and a lot of it can be weird. Have you ever shoved a carrot where the sun don't shine? Nat Farley? No, I haven't. I haven't shoved anywhere where the sun don't shine. Jones 4 years ago beats Prime Tom, but today's Tom's too strong. I can agree with that as well, to be honest with you. I don't think that's a bad take. I really dislike John Jones because of all the stuff he's done outside the cage, but in the cage, one thing that's very underrated about John Jones, or let's just say that casuals don't really understand about John Jones, is his IQ in the cage was incredible. Hearing DC talk about him, and nobody hates him more than fucking Daniel Cormier. He talked about how intelligent he is in moments like the split decision, the decisions he makes in a split second. That's the most underrated thing about John Jones. And John Jones goes in there fucking prepared. Feck says he has a second channel with 100 subs. He might 100k subs. He might do. I don't know, man. Because I heard Feck was on YouTube before. Out of the box question, but who will win? Mike Tyson versus heavyweight UFC depends on the context. If it's just a real fight, Mike Tyson gets taken down and battered. DC's a fool though. No, I hate listening to DC. The glazing he does over wrestling is ridiculous, but DC was amazing. What is Ilya's future in the UFC? I think he defends a couple of times at 155. I think he goes up to 170 and he gets fucking dunked, in my opinion. If he stays at 155, he could be seen as one of the greatest of all time. But he's got a long way to go. But the run that he's on now, I think he'll end his career on Goat Mountain. Who is your favorite UFC fighter? Thinking about class of record, skill levels, and also previously outside the sport. Mighty Mouse. I'd go with Mighty Mouse, but when I first saw that question, my first reaction was to say Yuri Prohaska. Yuri Prohaska's only lost to I know he lost to King Mo a while ago, but also beat him. But he's only lost to Alex Pereira. I love the way he fights. I love the unpredictability of him. I love his personality outside the cage. So I'd go with Yuri. He's just the most fun person to watch. And I think he's just an amazing human as well. I want to see Yuri succeed, which is why I hope. How you doing, Sniff? Sorry, I saw your message, man. Hope you're well, my brother. Shout out to fucking Sniff, one of the oldest OGs in the fucking game. Um, sorry, Hole in Dan Sock, is that directed at me? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Mike Tyson is the most overrated athlete of all time. No, a prime Mike Tyson that was under Customato. If he continued his career under him, nobody would have beat him. Jones high IQ fucking poked everyone in the eyes. Okay, Frankie. No, I mean in terms of what he does in a moment. I mean, I know he's a fucking dirty fucking cunt as well. But it's more the things he does in moments, the way he used to get into certain positions. Sniff is one of Gio's informants. He definitely isn't. He definitely isn't. Yuri's kind of dumb though. I mean, Yuri's autistic as fuck, but that makes him more lovable in my opinion. I just love Yuri's personality. I love his fighting style. He is very dumb, but I love that about him. I do. Yuri's an amazing person as well, and he's just. When have you ever seen a Yuri fight that doesn't suck? He's been a champion. You know, he does things right outside the cage. He's got a weird little character as well. He's very, very hard to. He's got his own style. I love that about him. John Jones is highly, highly overrated. I mean, you're entitled to that opinion as well. I dislike John Jones. I genuinely do. I wish nothing but bad for him, but I'm surprised you think Fedor is overrated. Do you know what it is? It's more who he fought. Fedor was a monster, don't get me wrong. But it's the competition that kind of lets it down for me. And the losses he has had were quite. You could see there were clear holes in his game. When he faced genuinely elite wrestlers, GSP versus Hamzat, GSP wipes him. Because you've got to ask yourself this question, Adolf. Here, could Hamzat wipe GSP in one round? Could he get GSP down and keep him there? GSP would be resistant the entire way. He's got better striking. I think GSP would drag him into deep waters and then finish him. No, sorry, decision the fuck out of him. I would go GSP 4 rounds to 1 against Hamzat. Or Hamzat giving up by exhaustion in the last 2 rounds. You're probably going to disagree with me. But Fedor was a lot older then. But then when he was in his prime, the competition wasn't as. I mean, he fought some really good guys in Pride, don't get me wrong. But it's more the way that he won. There were clear holes there that weren't exploited. And he got a lot of. Yeah, Vaseline GSP beats anyone. DDP got to move up and fight Yuri. DDP's not tarded, yeah. He's just uncoordinated. Yuri is genuinely tarded. But imagine how good that fight would be. I would love to see DDP fight Yuri. That would be amazing. I think Yuri cleans him as well, though. I like John Jones, is an hour from where I live. I used to watch him wrestle in high school. John Jones is just a disgusting human being. DC versus Jones is what got me into the sport. In hindsight, I just enjoyed to see 2 big men of color going at it. That's an interesting thing to say. By the way, yeah, could we keep those likes coming in if you haven't done it? Because I'm looking to hang around for a little while longer still. I think we've got 40 likes at the moment, which is amazing. But if you haven't hit the like button, if you wouldn't mind doing so, I'd very much appreciate you. Calling George, he sounds so much more less threatening. GSP was amazing. Weird guy as well, though, by the way. Natural John Jones versus roided Daniel Cormier. Who wins? Roided Daniel Cormier all day long. I think Cormier would have fucked him up at heavyweight as well. And I think Jones knew that. Daniel Cormier was seriously good as well. I like John Jones as a human, but not as a fighter. That's quite an interesting go-around. If you say he's overrated as a fighter, I don't even hate that. I don't hate that at all. I don't hate that at all. Tone K is my boy, man. I love Tone K. I've never ever been into Gummy Gang. I've never been in there. Obviously, I'm aware of oh, what's the cunt's name who runs it again? Fucking hell. MMA holes. He seems like a decent bloke. DC, I would consider him above Jones. All the shit he's done, like drugs and shit. I mean, I don't hate. I mean, if you're one of those people, yeah, who thinks that juicing should make you exempt, then it's a fair point to make. It's why I don't have him top. Yo, hairline chopped, cuz still get mad pussy though, so you know, hasn't really ever affected my ability to get vagina, which is what really matters, doesn't it? I'm not out here to improve. I'm not out here to impress the dudes, bro. Moss is chill. I've heard that. I'm balding. I actually think I'm starting to. I think I'm starting to show the signs of balding now as well. But never you fear. Off to Turkey we go. I'm not even close to kidding. If all fighters were allowed to take roids, who would have been the most devastating? It's hard. I mean, if you're talking about across all weight classes, if there was no size disparity, anything like that, if you're talking about just imagine Tom Espinal on roids. Nothing wrong with balding, mate. You can make it work. We Americans stole Paradox from you Brits. Nah, man, he's still one of the boys. I'm like 6'1" and jacked. I better be balding. And I bet you can grow a fucking killer beard as well. That's why I'm fucked. See you later, Skull Trooper, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna tell you this now, yeah. I'm not one of those people who's very vain or like would have stuff done to myself, but if I go bald, I've got to get a hair transplant just purely because I don't want people asking me all the time if I've got cancer. Because like I said, can't grow the facial hair. Dad, is that you? I mean, you say that, yeah, but like, what's your mum's name? Gummy Gang has a bunch of trans on his panels. I've never been to Gummy Gang. I don't know anything about it. I've done a few panels with Moss on I do remember you, Dovey. You were only here yesterday. I mean, I'm not that old. I don't know if Moss is a woker. I'm not very big on the woke stuff myself. Not a big fan. It's mostly the trans that I'm a bit confused by. I do remember you, Dovey. Welcome back, bro. One thing you must agree on is John is the most dangerous fighter of all time. The tools he got and the fight IQ is amazing. Adolf, I don't disagree with you. I don't. The weaponry that he has, and like I said, he's a smart cunt. I know he's a cheating cunt, but he's done. He's shown some really intelligent things in there, and I don't think that can be underrated. How many fighters do we see lose because they're dumb as fuck and do dumb things? Jones lost to Reyes, who got knocked out in the first round last month. The thing is, though, if you rewatch the Jones and Reyes fight, and most people haven't, they've seen it the first time and they just ride on the narrative because it's fun. I hate John Jones. I just want to make that clear. Reyes won the first 2 rounds. Jones won the last 2 rounds. And in that third round, you could give it to either of them, if I'm being honest. So I don't think it was really a robbery. I just think it was you could have given it to Reyes, which is why people were so mad. And he poked eyes a lot. He did. He was a cheating cunt. He was. And I mean, he popped for roids so many times. It was ridiculous. I hate John Jones as a person, and I think he's a cheater. But if you got to keep it real about the way that he fights and the people that he beat earlier on in his career, I know they were smaller than him, but he had a great fucking run. Dovey, I appreciate the honesty. Check out Dovey K's videos. There's nothing like being a new YouTuber and trying to get yourself started. I'm not a YouTuber myself, but I can tell you now, it's rough starting out. It's a lonely situation when you're posting videos for a while and you're not getting any views and no one gives a fuck. Who is the worst UFC champion? It's that hoe, innit? That slag. What's her name? Oh, what's her fucking name again? The dumb tart that got the belt on Tough and then didn't defend it. What was her name again? Gus one was the one I was pissed about. Nah, I rewatched the Gus fight and he lost that one as well. Gus lost that one. But the fact that he made it so close was again. I think the most embarrassing fight on John Jones's record was the when he fought Thiago Santos. Because Thiago Santos basically destroyed his entire knee at the start of the second round. And it was a split decision. Thiago Santos gave him all he could handle. Thank you for doing that, Tonke. Check out I think boxing is better than MMA. It absolutely isn't. But you're entitled to your opinion, Ahmet. Ahmet, are you Turkish, by the way? I know a few Turkish dudes called Ahmet. GSP all day. GSP is top 2 for me. GSP's got a few caveats as well. Running around, no, not Raquel Pennington. Montano. You know the one who was supposed to fight Valentina Shevchenko and then she ran away. I'm spreading kindness. Also, I subscribed here. A daily reminder always chase your dreams. Never let people bring you down because they've already fallen, but support them even if they don't. Appreciate that, Clash Elder. Nice to see someone coming in here and not being a total cunt. Who would you rather have as Baz Rutten all day long? Are you crazy? Baz Rutten was a fucking monster. He still looks like a monster. Jones fighting Stipe ruined his career. Yeah, I mean, you've got a good point. I don't think it ruined his career, but it showed how absolutely cooked he is. How you doing? Yeah. Alex Friedman. Yeah, I get this sometimes. By the way, yeah, you guys got to show me some love here because I've literally got a really bad throat infection. And I've been fucking plowing through the last 3 hours here, man. It's fucking crazy. Do Irish say fast like was with an or do they say like? It depends what part of Ireland you're from. Baz was on too many roids. They all were though. Baz Rutten's a fucking monster though. What's nasty here is Baz Rutten, yeah, used to fucking slap the shit out of people. There's nothing like getting an open palm, straight power, straight to the face. Nasty shit, mate. Baz Rutten would. I was just thinking that. Imagine what he would do in power slap. He used to put his fucking through people's. Do you respect fighters on PEDs? I 100% don't. This Nacho, how you doing, brother? Do your kids look more Asian than white? The girls look more Asian. I'll be real. They look more like their mum. But my son looks more like me, I would say. But I'd say I don't know. It's kind of even, but I'd say he slightly edges on my side. Jones will come back. He probably will. I reckon they do John Jones and Alex Pereira. I reckon that's what they make next. Because Alex Pereira probably knows that Tom will be too much for him. And when did you start getting into MMA? Have you studied any martial arts and how did you fight? So I did judo and I did wrestling, which in the UK doesn't really mean that much. But I did judo when I was a kid, really enjoyed it. I got into MMA about 15 years ago. It was the Anderson Silva really got me into it. And then I would say Conor McGregor probably made me a hardcore. So Anderson Silva kind of made me a fan of the sport. And I would tune into things every now and then I gradually got more and more into it. And then I started rewatching back fights. And good question though, man. But yeah, I used to be a judoka when I was very young, and I didn't do it for that long. So, but I am, in case you're wondering, I'm a vicious little prick. Dan Sock is cool. Dan Sock been around here for a while, you know. Dan Sock's one of the OGs. So, you know, this is why I'm not reading out any of the chats. MMA faked a family death for donos. It got called out. MMA Joey's I'll be honest with you, yeah. Like I've never ever seen an MMA Joey video. I've never seen him. I've heard him speak. I've obviously seen a couple of shorts pop up, but Jones is 38, Alex is 38. It means all the sense in the world. Have you ever been in a full out fight? Of course I have, man. I grew up in Southwest London. So yeah, of course. It's been I got into fights in China as well. Not too many, because they don't fuck around out there. I got into a fight in China, yeah, and I thought I got away with it. And then my missus got called up and said, "You've got to bring him to the police station," because they've got security cameras everywhere, innit? So they tracked me back to my house. And yeah, I had to pay the guy off, which is also awesome about the Chinese system. He tried to ask for 3 grand. I got him down to 1 grand. Well worth it. So yeah, but it's been a while. I don't go and pick fights. I'll put it that way. If Jones will come back, I think he can beat Alex, an English guy. 38 is just the start. Mate, I'm going to be honest with you. Look at the Jones versus Stipe fight. There's no way he beats Tom Aspinall now, and he knows it. And I honestly think that Alex Pereira would chin him now. I think it's the last we see of John Jones. I think if John Jones does come back, he fights Alex Pereira, because he probably thinks to himself in his head, I could just out wrestle him. But I don't think so, man. Who's got the better hands? Indians, Somalis, or China? Better hands in what sense, Sam? You mean better hands? Chinese people have already had successful MMA champions. They've got, I mean, look at Zhang Weili. They got people like, what's his name? Song Yadong. Chinese people, yeah. Chinese people are fighters. You're a father. What martial art would you want your kids to get into and why? So, BB Bank, what I've done here is I tried to bring my son to Muay Thai. And to be fair, the little based cunt, yeah, he misunderstood the assignment and went around kicking everyone, kicking his teacher, all that kind of shit. So I would probably go with Muay Thai, and I'd probably get him doing Muay Thai and BJJ, because I don't want him doing wrestling, because I don't want him getting cauliflower ear. And I don't want him doing boxing because of I'd rather he learns how to kick and use his knees and elbows as well. So that's why I'm not really into the boxing, and there's just more with the sparring, there's more chance of head injuries and damage. So I would probably go with Muay Thai and some form of wrestling. Weili is one of my favorite fighters. Weili and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, that first fight, is in my top 5 fights of all time. Sniff, I fucking love you, bro. I fucking love you. Sniff, we're gonna do we're maybe gonna do a watch along for UFC, whatever this next card is. I'm gonna give a shout out to like the boys and see if we can get something going, because it's on early. I think I might do it. Muay Thai is hard, man. You got to kick rods and shit. Well, yeah, if you go to Thailand, you've got to. But the fundamentals of the reason why I prefer Muay Thai over something like Taekwondo is because Taekwondo is for pussies that want a point fight and has no real merit in the real world. I mean, if you know Taekwondo and karate's not a level up from Taekwondo. But with Taekwondo and karate, it doesn't really teach you to hurt people. Whereas Muay Thai, they teach you how to bury your fucking elbow or bury your knee into someone's fucking face, which is why I would favor that. Do you get free pay-per-views in Europe? Absolutely not. But if you sign up to like Discovery or one of those fuckers, you can get, it's like £30 a month, and it's cool. Weston, you the man too since you had the surgery. You just can't help himself. Who's your favorite UFC analyst when you watch? I've got to be perfectly honest with you, Rager. I hate all of them. They're all shit. But there are some that I can tolerate. This is going to sound like a strange thing to say. Yeah, I can tolerate Bisping just because he's so dumb. He amuses me. But they're all kind of shit. I don't mind Paul Felder. I don't really like any of them. They need to get more fighters in and more people that are just based and funny. I hate Rogan. I fucking hate Rogan. DC is difficult to listen to because he glazes the wrestling too much. I don't mind Laura Sanko. I don't mind what's his name? Paul Felder as well. He's all right. DC is difficult to Dominic Cruz is all right as well. But I wish Dominic Cruz would be a shit talking self. I know it's hard when you're trying to remain even, but Dominic Cruz is all right as well, I guess. Why do I hate Rogan? Because he doesn't know anything about the sport anymore, and he's just there as a hype man. DC and Bisping are both retards. I know, yeah, but Bisping's unfortunately, he's my retard. Brian Stan is deeply missed in commentary, in my opinion. That's not a bad shout. Do you like Rogan's pod? I don't watch it anymore. I used to watch it back in the day when it was good, but now I don't really fuck with it. Yeah, DC let me down, but he lost a little. The thing is, with DC, I like him as a person, but I hate him as a commentator. Dan Hardy was decent as well, but he's another guy who's just firmly up his own ass. What do you think of Veronica Hardy? And I don't mean as a fighter. John Anik is a treat. I find the whole Boston thing a little bit cringe, but John Anik ain't that bad either. Very funny, Eamon. Eamon, you're gonna catch me out one of these days, and I don't blame you for keeping trying. Do you know what I'm saying? Guru's take on it was amazing. If you haven't seen Guru's take on the press conference today, it was genuinely funny. I do remember you, Ashu. Bring back Mike Goldberg. Now, if we're talking retards, Mike Goldberg was a retard, but at least he was fun to listen to. Kenny Florian was all right as well. What do you think about Big Tom? I think he's a phenomenal fighter. I hope he doesn't let the boys down. Sorry I'm late. I just don't give a fuck. Shout out to you, Ashley. What's going on, brother? It must be really early in the morning for you, man. So shout out to you. We've been going strong. Eamon, keep it going, man. Keep it going. Veronica's hot. I think she's got a weird face. She replied to me once on the reptile breakdown. She seems like a good little wifey, though. Veronica Hardy. I mean, you'd have to be to put up with Dan. He's an absolute cunt. Goldberg used to go NHL in Minnesota, really? Oh, he's a liberal. That's disappointing. You think Veronica's hot? Kenny was good. I think he had a falling out of Dana. Yeah, that's all it takes. Guys, I'm going to make a huge confession. I am Mr. Pibb Extra. That would be hilarious. Yeah, Pollyanna Viana is a dime, yeah, and she's a stalker. She's a fucking stalker. So shout out to Pollyanna Viana. The way she first saw after D is beautiful, and she definitely stuck her finger up Kobe's butt. Let's be real. You've got to respect somebody who's willing to get a little bit experimental. Do you know what I'm saying? Pollyanna Viana, Baby Shark, and Diana Belbita are the three that are all right. Maverick, I'm in my 40s and have strong legs and shins, but I stretch and condition and kick bag sometimes. I think it's always good to keep physically fit. You should always, if you're a man, yeah, you should really be training. Oh, Alice Pereira isn't hot at all, bro. She's not. One stick for Alice Pereira. I got her mixed up with the other hot Brazilian. Which one are you talking about? Oh, yeah, Pollyanna Viana's decent, mate. Not quite Baby Shark, but you're the Irish guy who loves BBC. I love your channel. Oh, 3 hours in, bro. We've only had like 3 or 4 gay comments. How you doing, though, Sulfate? Good to see you, bro. I'll die training. Bro, training is, yeah. Who's the creepiest current UFC fighter and why? I think John Jones is because he's clearly a site. Oh, it's 100% John Jones. But there's others who are a bit suspect. I find Chase Hooper to be very suspect. The fact that that guy's married and has children, I find that very suspect. He clearly loves a dick. Icy Clark, I'm sorry to have just said he loves a dick right after you've said that, or right before you've said that. Commiserations to you, bro. Commiserations. I hope you are okay. I know you've just come in here and I've just met you, but I'm not going to troll about something like that. So, Icy Clark, shout out to you. Shout out to your dad. I'm sure hopefully he's in a, moving on. Commiserations is all I'm going to say. Natalia Silva, she all right. She a 5. She's a real life 5, but she's like an MMA 6. Islam is the most sus. Well, sus in what sense? Can you give me more information? Yeah, stay strong, I see. Stay strong. Less gay chats today. I know it's amazing. Creepy is Macy. Why is Macy Shass on creepy? I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just Peyton Talbot's creepy as well. That whole vape in the butt stuff was very strange. Yeah, Macy, dude or chick. Fair enough, man. You've got a point there. You've got a point. She is disgusting. Armin's a creepy guy as well. The whole thing he does. You look like a velvet cake. I was hoping that nobody would pick up on that. Best looking female fighter. 100% straight. Lesbo just takes you down a few points. There's something about them, man. Dykes are an illusion. Dykes are not real people. They don't exist. Lesbians are not real. I refuse to believe it. Islam is sus as in he like lit up his hairy Dagestani ass. John Jones is the GOAT. I don't agree with that. Too many caveats, man. I've got John Jones third just because of the amount of asterisks. Ariana Lipski's hot as well. I would say she's definitive top 10. Maybe even top 5. Depends on your preferences. But I would go Baby Shark. I would go yeah, Diana Belbita if you've seen her. And what's her face? Poliana Viana. Are you saying wait, GSP is the GOAT. Ariana Lipski's in the top 5. Would you let Mackenzie Dern put Mackenzie Dern has a horse face. I got a blowjob from a leather before. I agree with Frank. They're complete liars, mate. This is gonna sound gay as fuck. I've said this multiple times. I understand when there's a dick in the equation, but when there's no dick, I don't believe the situation. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like dick, but dick serves its purpose in any situation. The fact that lesbians have got to bring a fucking, something fake into the equation. So who's the GOAT? Khabib. Khabib's not in the top 10, mate. Lesbians exist, but they all need the D. But that's an oxymoron, sir. John Jones, Khabib, Demetrius. Well, I'd have Demetrius first, John Jones second, and I'd have Khabib like 15th. Claudia Segula. Why can't I? Mature, I feel bad, man. I swear to God, we haven't been talking about Gash. Lesnar still use dildos. Why? Why? Exactly. They're in denial. Lesnar's a one good like rod away from like getting back onto the winning team. But GSP also ran away when the going got tough. Mighty Mouse did it, had 11 title defenses. He went to 1 and beat up some fucking killers over there. And then also goes to BJJ tournaments where he's fighting absolute monsters and gets the job done there. I don't hate Khabib. I just think his CV is extremely suspicious. On CV on and he fucking throws hands like Juliana Pena. Do you like potatoes or is it just rumors? I fucking love potatoes, man. I had some mashed potatoes today when I went out, and they were so disgusting. Yeah, I wanted to smash the plate over the restaurant owner's head. I was that outraged. Don't fuck up a potato, man. It's sacrilegious. Kane, nah, man. Kane Velasquez ain't up there. Straight up fist fight, no wrestling. Prime Tyson or John Jones. Just boxing. Mike Tyson. John Jones is terrible boxing. But he's a small-framed manlet. Nobody cares about 125, let's be real. But if we're talking skill for skill and what you did, you got to go Mighty Mouse, man. And he started winning at 150, and he started winning at 135. Yeah, have you seen the back-to-back comparisons of Khabib and Juliana Pena throwing hands? It's spookily identical. Khabib right now would have got lit up on the feet, especially with how the takedown game has evolved. Jones is flat-footed, and he's got I was going to say something zesty there. I know why you don't like Khabib. Hey, Connor came from the. Nah, it's not that. I actually like Khabib. I do. If you look at Khabib's CVE, he fought a lot of bottom feeders to get to 20-0. He's fought maybe 4 elite level fighters in his career, and then he's probably fought another 3 very good fighters. So just on CV alone, you can't put him on the GOAT list. He's not on the GOAT mountain either. I'll put it this way, yeah. Makhachev is higher than Khabib. It's just fact. The people that Makhachev has beaten, he's just on another, yeah. And I think he's a much better striker. He doesn't look like a complete fucking spastic when he's throwing hands. Stand-up fight, John Jones kills Mike Tyson, but yeah, that's what I agree with you, Randall. If John Jones is allowed to use elbows, knees, and kicks, he fucks him up. Who takes over from Dana White if you die tomorrow? Dana White isn't really running things anymore. Dana White hasn't run things for a while. He's just basically the face who has a say. Dana White ain't running shit. Tapuria sparks Islam. I think Tapuria sparks Islam out at 155, but at 170, I think Islam would be too big. So we're in a weird space. Khabib ducked Tony. They kind of That fight was just cursed, man. Chael Sonnen will always be one of my favorites. Chael Sonnen was another reason I got so heavily into the sport as well, because Anderson Silva brought me in with his fighting style, and then when I saw what Chael did to his soul, yeah, those two were very responsible for how much I love MMA to this day. Can you speak Irish? Fuck no. Fuck no. Nobody speaks that. It sounds like a silly language as well. I'm going to be real. It sounds fucking silly. Who's like Joe Rogan? Gangster from West Oregon. Yeah. Charles Sonnen was one of a kind. I mean, he's fucking retarded now and he's a massive liar. But I'll always have time for old Uncle Chael. Ilya gets taken down. Sam, I'm going to be honest with you, mate. 155, I don't think so. You might get taken down once or twice, but Ilya, people have not seen how good Ilya is on the ground. Ilya is fucking elite everywhere. He's not going to lose at 155. Khabib 21-0. Well, Khabib was 29-0, right? But like 21 of those fights were fucking shit. He fought nobodies. I think when he got to 20-0, he fought fighters that had a combined record in the negative, which is crazy. It was something like 150 wins and 250 losses or some shit like that combined, which is mad. Read WMC, which one? No tone, thank you, bro. Is that what you wanted me to read? Shout out to the new mods holding it down here. Shout out to the new mods. You guys are fucking amazing. Channel couldn't be where it is without you. Shout out to Tito Ortiz. I mean, if you want to talk fucking retards. Yeah, he's 29-0, isn't he? But 21 of those fights were fucking bullshit. He fought fucking cans and he lost to Gleason Tebow. I don't care what anyone says. Why are there so many gay MMA fans that praise the fighters like they're gods? They don't care about you. Realistically, they do it all for the money. I don't think anyone's praising them. I don't think anyone's not riding. Well, some people do. You've got a point. But if you think about it, Jonathan Pearson, it's like as men, yeah, we love a good scrap, mate. So if you're gonna be hero worshipping anyone, it should be people who fuck other people up. Surely. Personally, I don't think you should be dick riding anyone, but if you've got an urge to dick ride, I want to. Oh, you mean river dancing? It's called Irish dancing, but it is. The one thing about Irish dancers that are funny, yeah, is they all get mad puss because one of them would just assimilate into the group and it would just be fucking giving out dick like candy. Who is a better fighter, Khabib, Conor, Tony, Charles, Dustin? Wow. I would go Khabib, Charles Oliveira, Dustin, Conor, and then Tony. That probably sounds harsh, but that's my honest opinion. Irish tap dancing is gay as hell. It fucking is. But those dudes, yeah, I'm telling you, they used to get mad vag. Yeah, the most famous Irish dancer is a guy named Michael Flatley, and he used to fucking give the D, mate. Who is the toughest man you ever met in the streets, and did you learn anything from that experience? Hardest thing to take when you take an L. I mean, I haven't really lost a lot of fights. Mostly, what happens when I come up on the losing end of a fight is when you get jumped by more than one person. I've had that situation happen to me, and I've got a hard as fucking rock skull. I've got that Irish skull, mate, because I've taken a beating. And I've never broken a bone. So Israel, I'm not out here claiming to be some I'm hard Muhammad Bruce Lee. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm scrappy and I'm vicious if I'm protecting something I care about. But in terms of the toughest man I ever met on the street, I wouldn't say like I was in the street. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't that kind of person. You know, I grew up in a council estate, but I wasn't out there just like on the street hustling or doing anything like that. That was never who I was. India have the most gays though. They definitely have the most undies. Them closets are full. Tried to make that as zesty as possible. Hopefully I nailed it. Irish women have one of the best box in Europe, though. By best, you mean boxers or the best box? The best box? How do you know about that? Have you ever encountered a roadman? The roadman thing, yeah, kind of became. I'll be honest. I have encountered them when I was in my 20s, because that's when being a roadman became a thing. Cunts, a lot of them. It's why I don't live in London anymore. They're all cunts. How you doing, Babe Blazer? Welcome back, man. Great to see you back. It's always really heartwarming when the OGs turn back up. Anyway, guys, I've just realized, yeah, it is getting on a bit. We're 3 hours and 10 minutes in. My throat is cooked. And it's 11 o'clock at night now. So I'm probably gonna have to hit the hay at some point. Once again, can I just say, yeah, I want to shout out everyone in the channel, new and old, who have subscribed here recently, who have been consistent with the likes, who have been contributing to the chat. You've made this place what it is, and I appreciate every single one of you. I apologize for going off on rants from time to time. I'm from Belfast. Thanks for answering all my questions tonight. You're a great bloke. Wish you well, sir. BB Bank, thank you so much for turning up. It's nice to have another fucking Irish brother in the chat, and you're welcome in any time. I apologize if I missed the occasional chat, but sometimes it gets locked in top messages and it's fucked. So shout out to you. You're absolutely right, but I think a low class fight is enough for Jake, like Paddy, Alexa Grasso. Meh, you could have a point. Leon, thank you very much as well for coming back to the channel. You're an absolute G. Yeah, so much love to all of you. This is one of the longest streams I've done in a long time. But I used to just be able to do an hour and a half, but you fuckers are keeping me here for hours. So I appreciate you. Sorry for being Kerry, you're an amazing moderator. And just a shout out to Kerry before I head off. Give a sub to Rob's neighbor. I think you're over 1,000 subs now, right? Or very close to it. So how many minutes you going to stream or end now? I'm pretty much going to fuck off any second now, because I'm pretty tired and I've got to get my son's got his last day of school. Is Paradox on? Hang on a second. Let's give Paradox a raid. 1 second. Whoa, I'm number 1 in the lead. You've been fucking active tonight, man. I don't really understand this leaderboard stuff. I really don't. Is the leaderboard the person who sent the most chats? Is that correct? In the Granite's on as well. The Bodak's on as well. Is Paradox really like? Let's go to Paradox to Chad. Usalis is on as well. Do you know what? I haven't seen Usalis on in fucking ages. Usalis never comes into the channel anymore. Best Irish guy in the UK, Safa. I really appreciate you, man. Here is a link to Paradox to Chad. Man, I like you and stuff. You seem like a good guy. It melts my soul. Why would you race mix? Irish women are some of the best in Europe. Why wouldn't you get with one? I guess I just met her. I just guess I met the right woman, I guess. I just met the right one. But shout out to you, Sam. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna have to head off. My throat is literally done. And I came into this stream sick. So shout out to all of was Usalis here last night? Was he in here? I didn't even see him. Tell him I said shout out when he next comes in, man. Appreciate him. I like Usalis. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna head off now. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll probably be back tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely be back on Saturday. So many, yeah, 100%. But you take the rough with the smooth. The community's starting to get where it needs to be now. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'll see you tomorrow. 30 subs away from 1K. Oh, fucking hell, super close, man. I'm now 30 subs away from 1.5K, which is crazy to me. I never thought I'd get anywhere near there. Shout out, guys. In a bit. Much love. Thanks. By the way, before I go as well, actually, sorry. Thank you to all the fucking mods who do a great job around here. Really appreciate all of you. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. If not, Sarthak, thanks for hanging out. So tomorrow or Saturday.